Pretty much, all of these have just been a
Cold open of some sort.
We drop in mid conversation to things.
I feel like that's probably a good starting point right there. Yeah,
sure, we'll use that. The last one I just had to hobble together an intro between the conversations that we had.
because we were also talking for like an hour and a half ahead of actually doing our recording about our own show and about Dune.
Yes.
Some of those questions I have for you as well.
Oh,
John, who are you talking to?
I'm talking to our returning guest, Charlie.
hello.
Hi.
Hi.
It has been quite a while since we've had
It
you.
has.
Episodes 65 through 70 of Dune Part 1.
I am so glad you looked that up because I did not.
I would never forget all of the conversations that we had for episode 69,
That's
of
true.
Dune Part 1, where we talked about vagina dentata,
Yep.
I remember that coming up.
dicks, I'm sure. You know,
Some Lego talk in there, I'm sure.
probably.
The heavy hitters, the things that always come up.
Also, it was a Shai Hulud episode.
It was. I insisted.
How could you not? Anyways, we're here talking about the first episode of Frank Herbert's Children of Dune, the 2003 sci-fi miniseries from the SciFi Channel.
We're back. We did it. We made it through the first miniseries.
We got through Dune, and we're jumping 3 years into the future
Yay.
to then jump 12 years into the future.
No, okay, hang on. So 3 years. 3 years in real life.
3 years in real life, yes.
Oh.
So the Dune miniseries came out in 2000, and Frank Herbert's Children of Dune was in 2003. In between those, was it?
It's 3 years, yeah.
I know
math.
I know how math works. What was the sci-fi miniseries original programming that was between them?
That's when they did the Spielberg thing.
The thing that was like 25 episodes or whatever.
I can't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
it was some Spielberg, I think, maybe.
I don't know.
Some
And then
Stephen
after,
King adaptation that they miniseries in
I see.
quotes came up to 20 something episodes.
yeah, and then afterwards they were like, Battlestar Galactica is really cool, and that became their bread and butter. So.
Yep. That was 2005 was Battlestar Galactica, and that's the thing that killed the Dune miniseries. So thank you, BSG. Near and dear to my heart, but I kind of would have liked to see what they would have done after this.
Well, James McAvoy was also probably getting cast up to more.
About to blow up.
Yeah, but he turns into a worm.
I mean-
Spoilers.
Whoa, you're ruining it. Who even is James McAvoy anyway? We'll get into that.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we are here with our good friend Charlie. Hello.
Hello.
Had you ever seen these before? We asked you to do this.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of morbid curiosity.
Was it the shitty like 240p on YouTube version?
Absolutely it was.
Hell yeah.
That was also my first viewing of them.
Uh-huh. I thought it would, jog some memories of the book that I had read so many years ago. It did not. It did not.
Well, how was getting back into it? Hopefully in better quality this time.
Slightly better.
Okay.
Not too much better. It left a lot to be desired,
Okay.
I will say. Coming fresh off of a reread, I finished the book and then immediately sat down to watch that first episode and just found myself complaining about, well, this is happening out of order, or this conversation happened with another character. Why are we doing this? Or why has Scytale's character been diminished to such a degree? Why is Winsassia here?
All things that we will discuss throughout all of this. So
I felt the same way though.
Yeah.
Coming off of the Frank Herbert's Dune miniseries, which was largely a one-to-one copy from the books to the screen, it was a pretty good adaptation.
It was.
for the most part, I mean, obviously some things were missed, but
Sure.
yeah. Though they did notably add storylines to the Frank Herbert's Dune.
Yes.
Mostly around Irulan, making her a little bit more of an actual character instead of just
person instead
a
of just
marry-off fodder at the end.
Yeah.
They made her almost like in this little detective kind of role where she's figuring out, Gaius Helen Mohiam's plans and the Spacing Guild's plans and her father's plans and everything kind of separately from everything else, to try and redeem her a little bit, but then they just completely abandoned that for this.
Oh,
So.
cool.
It's true. And then watching this first episode here, I was like, oh, they stopped doing that. They stopped doing the good adaptation part of things. This is a cool show. I liked it. Spoilers, I did like this episode.
Yeah.
But there's like, okay, so this book, Messiah, which what this first episode covers, is more of a blueprint than a Bible for the show.
In fairness, Messiah as itself, and this will be spoilers for when we talk about Denis' upcoming project as well, doesn't really lend itself as well to a movie format as Dune does.
So much of it takes place in his head, in his thoughts.
Yep.
So it's very Hamlet-esque in that regard, where it's more of a conflict between Paul and, I guess, his psyche than it is between Paul and the world or any other characters.
Right.
So I think, that makes it a hard adaptation.
Well, we're excited to see what Villeneuve is going to do with it.
Yeah.
Lots of battles. So we have a new opening sequence. Do y'all want to dive into it? Let's just dive into it.
Straight into it.
We have, an hour 30 plus to get through on this one?
Hour and 36, I think.
Sure.
The credits at the end are very quick. So
Yeah. Okay, so I told y'all I finished up my notes this morning. I had a cat nagging me to play with him the whole time, and I just kept going. It's got just a couple more minutes, buddy. I'm almost done. But yeah, the show ran up to like maybe a minute before the end time. And I guess that was the TV thing. They're not going to have 10 minutes of credits on a TV show.
They got to get to the next thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I keep forgetting this was broadcast on TV at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get to commercial breaks.
Right.
Make your money.
Yep. So we have a new opening sequence here. Starts off with some storms in a battlefield, and we get some opening narration.
There's some weird looking sand in the storm too.
Is it snow?
Yeah.
Okay. White sand.
White sand that's cold?
Could be. We don't get a lot of that here in Georgia, so.
Unfamiliar.
When we do, everyone panics.
Yes. 2 inches will shut down the whole city. Did y'all ever watch HBO's Rome?
Of course.
Briefly.
Okay. So these were made around the same time. I think Rome was 2005-ish. This is 2003. This opening sequence was very much, I was like, this looks like HBO's Rome to me. So whatever the common practices in filmmaking were at the time for like grand epic TV shows, is evident here. It just looks like the HBO Rome TV show, because even the soldiers who are in the snow kind of look like they have on Roman attire. Like
a little bit. Yeah.
You see some like feathers and like red stuff around. It's not blood. It's like, looks like they're battle costumes or whatever.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get that out of my head for the first couple minutes.
Notably also including Ian McNeice in Rome.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's all tied together.
Wouldn't be surprised if it was some of the same crew guys.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe? I don't know, because this one was also very Czech heavy. I don't know. Anyways, yes, we are quickly learning that 12 years of war has passed since Shaddam IV has been defeated, and Paul Muad'Dib's wild Fremen have spread out across the universe, exterminating the remains of the old empire. So we're just dropped right into our exposition to kind of catch us up. Mm-hmm. And we get to see the mercy and compassion, putting in the hardest of air quotes there, of Muad'Dib being read to these prisoners as they're being executed, which is, pretty on the nose for a galactic jihad.
Yeah, they don't really go hand in hand. This is our all-merciful leader, Muad'Dib. Also, we're going to take over and destroy billions of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
This location is Naraj. Did y'all look up anything on Naraj?
No.
Good, because it's not in the book.
No.
I tried to find like where is this planet coming from, and the only mention that I could find, and I could be wrong, the only mention that I could find was something deep within the Dune Encyclopedia.
I figured that it was probably pulled from there, and we'll get into some other, stuff that they may have pulled from the Dune Encyclopedia a little bit later. But
Well, this one is it's not even like an article in the encyclopedia. It's like a footnote on another article.
okay,
It's on the Orange Catholic Bible. The council that wrote the Bible, so the Commission of Ecumenical Translators.
fucking nerds is what they are.
The only mention that I could find of this planet was that there were representatives from Naraj at this council. And that's it. So whoever was doing the research really pulled from the depths of the references here.
Well, it's mentioned in the book when
Oh,
we're
is it?
talking to Farouk.
Oh, at the very beginning part? Or-
Yes, when
Okay.
Saitel is talking to Farouk about where his son was injured.
Well, good. I'm glad they got that right then. Fair disclosure, it's been a long time since I read this book.
That's fine.
You've come so prepared, Charlie, with notations in your book.
She's got sticky notes. She's got highlighted passages. She's
do.
got a separate notebook.
I do.
And a little metal tin with highlighters and more sticky notes and pens and everything. Meanwhile, Zach and I are just like, we have our iPads, I guess.
Far more preparation than we have ever done for the show.
I just really miss school. That's what
That's
it
it?
boils down to. Yeah.
Okay.
I was good at being a student,
I wish I had that.
but that was about it. There's no real life application.
I was good at being a student, but I hated school.
Same, except I was bad at both. So. Yes, we do meet Commander Farak here, and his son was blinded. Possible allusion to what's happening later, I guess.
There's no foreshadowing in this at all.
No. The exact same thing doesn't happen again.
Nope.
Why would it?
Yeah, and then these captives get murked, just shot kneeling down, back of the head style.
Yep. And we end the scene with the most perfect Muad'Dib.
That was
Farak cursing Muad'Dib's name is so shitty
cringy.
sci-fi, and I love it.
It made me cringe, and it made me really long for the Sci-Fi Channel.
I know. Yes, that is something that we have said going through this, like this series, is that I didn't realize how special Sci-Fi Channel shows were to me.
We and our guests.
Yeah.
It was some B tier stuff, sure, but
Be at best.
B at best. But that's what we grew up on. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I miss the Sci-Fi Channel. Sometimes I find myself missing commercial breaks. To go do stuff.
It depends on the commercials, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, you watch commercials?
No, I'm not
I
talking
used
about
to-
watching commercials.
No, I used to watch commercials when I was a kid.
I think they were better then.
Yeah. I miss waking up at 3 a.m. to like the,
Michael Bolton
Infomercial.
classic.
best of Michael Bolton or like,
Those compilation
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah, the hits of the 90s, all on 5 CDs.
Sometimes I hear those 5-second clips just over and over again in my head.
Tell me how am I
Yeah.
supposed to live without you? Yeah, that one's a good one.
pure romance.
I can hear it now.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder if that's just a very hyper local Georgia thing that no one else will get.
No,
Okay. It
that
can't
was nationwide
It
for
can't
sure.
just be us.
I'm glad everyone got that then.
Also, I grew up in Florida, so we had it too.
Oh, that's right. I forget you're a Southerner.
It's more north down there than it is here.
True. So we cut from Naraj, and we get some CGI planets. Now,
Yes, we do.
this is 3 years prior in production time from the first miniseries. I think that their CGI budget has increased, and they used almost all of it here.
Because the rest of it is dog shit.
yes. I think this looks good compared to the prior one.
Only looking at Arrakis from orbit
Yes.
and not looking at, say, the city of Arrakeen or the Royal Palace, for instance,
They
which
ran out of money. They didn't have money for that
That's
stuff.
fine. We just needed that establishing shot.
That's it.
you did, and you needed the more exposition, which is just that there's talk about how within revolutions are the seeds of its own destruction, and surely nothing like that would ever happen
No.
with Paul Muad'Dib.
Of course not.
But then we do cut to practical set design and step away from CG for a moment, because we're in the markets in the streets of Arrakeen, and we see a lot more people, notably a little more plant life, and most notably, water just being dumped around all over the place. There's puddles of it on the ground. A skull rolls into a puddle.
Yep. They do something here that I thought was really funny. Sorry, before I get into that, one thing that I noted about the first miniseries, and I'm glad it's continuing into this one. And Charlie, I wanted to get your opinion on this one. There's so much more life in this show than there is in the Villeneuve movies.
Yes.
We see how the cities work and
see
just like
people?
normal people. Yeah, we don't see the same. It's like 7 characters.
Right.
And it's just so much of a broader universe. I feel like, even though we're only seeing like one city,
Right.
it's so much more of it.
It seemed far less desolate. It seemed like the Fremen had a life outside of sabotaging the Harkonnen. And they felt like a real people and a real community, which we didn't really get much of
No.
elsewhere.
I think the closest that we got to it in Denis films were when the Atreides first touched down on Arrakis, and you have like all of the Fremen that are still acting like it's the Harkonnens that are there, so they're all just like feeling obligated to show up for the arrival. But then more importantly, when we see the pilgrims praying very briefly, as they're praying like towards the plant to the palm trees that are out in the courtyard.
Yeah, even then they're just like sequestered in this like, little cage.
Yeah.
Right.
down below the.
Like I said,
level.
we see them very briefly.
They're not dispersed
No.
the way that they are in this episode.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird because like, so in the first movie when Duncan is escaping in the ornithopter and there's the giant laser that's chasing him throughout Arrakeen, like you can tell that there are like shops and markets and everything set up, but there are no people running away from it either.
Yeah, right. I love the life that this show brings to the cities and how it just shows a lot more of that side of the communities in the planet.
It humanizes the Fremen further. Makes you align with them a little more.
Right.
A sense of, oh, they have shops. They're just like us.
Just like us. I too have skulls rolling into my puddles.
Sure.
At home.
As you walk through the streets with your giant hood on and
Exactly.
avoid the glances of other people.
Right.
Oh no, that's me. I'm sorry.
There's a particular shot in this sequence where it transitions from a live action shot into a CG shot.
Yeah.
It's like the transition is good, but everything else after that is bad.
It's horrendous. It's not bad.
It's like you see people walking along the top of like the walls, and they're just the worst PlayStation 1 graphic people that you could imagine.
Oh no, they're not even walking. They're just like standing still.
There's some walking that's bad walking in there.
Okay.
Pull it up. No, I'm just kidding.
Most of the people are just standing like still, and they're just still models that are rendered out. Either way, it's not great.
It's not great.
No. But they tried.
They certainly tried.
Did you get budget figures for the children?
I couldn't find them, nor did I look too hard. So we'll try to get them for next time.
For reference, the Dune miniseries had a budget of like 20 million, which
Nothing.
they used every penny as hard as they possibly could for that one.
I don't know how.
I'm curious how much of that 20 million went to William Hurt.
18 of it.
God, I hate him.
He's not around anymore. Even though he's in
Good.
the credits. He might be in a couple flashbacks in the next two. I can't remember, but he's still in the credits, isn't he? We get a William Hurt in the opening credits, do we?
Not in this.
Not in this one.
No.
Okay, I must have been imagining it then.
I don't think he's in this at all.
No.
No, I know he's not in it at all. As is customary, I was watching this while I was doing the dishes, so on my iPad, which was facing away from me. So I may have missed a few things.
God damn it.
I think how much Star Trek have y'all watched in your lives?
A decent amount.
Okay. You know how whenever a brand new ship gets introduced, like, in a new show, they always have the 5-minute fly around
Yes.
shots. I feel like that's what's happening here with the city. They just wanted to show off all these new cool computer graphics that they thought were going to be so good, but so it's just like sweeping, circling shots of Arakeen.
Well, they did have substance to show off of the changes that we saw from Arakeen from Dune to here as well.
Oh, I'm not saying there's not a purpose to it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
it was very much a let's show off the new city kind of thing.
Sure.
New ship, new city, same deal. And then we get introduced to our favorite psycho, Alia.
I'm going to go ahead and just say it now. Probably still going to be a better Alia than what Anya Taylor-Joy will deliver.
Oh, okay. Putting chips on the table right now.
Yeah.
She looked age appropriate, which I appreciated. She looked young, because I think Ali is supposed to be, what, like
17,
15, 16? Yeah,
something like that.
something like that.
Yeah.
The copper hair, which I also appreciated. But I don't know, this might be a personal preference, but she didn't look crazy enough. You know what I mean?
Not yet. So
Have you watched the later two of this series yet?
No.
Okay.
Just to make sure that I keep...
Put a pin in it.
sure.
Put a
Yeah.
pin in it.
She gets there.
Okay, good.
She gets there very quickly too.
We see some glimpses of her getting some crazy eyes.
some glimpses here, but
Yeah.
Good.
definitely in Children Part 1 and Children Part 2. Well, I guess that's a horrible way of calling it because this is Frank Herbert's Children of Dune. Episode 2 and 3, which is part...
No, keep going.
Fuck you.
Yeah, the second and third episode of this miniseries, she definitely gets out there.
Excellent.
A bit more off the rails, as it were.
Right. She's acting like the Pope at Mass, just giving a sermon on the balcony, leading the people of the city in prayer.
Surrounded by her shitty CG priests.
On the flying shots, yes.
Yeah.
I was like, they are definitely real people as we get down close. I like their frocks, like
They were nice. They looked like space nuns, and I appreciated that.
I, again, did not verify, but the last miniseries, the same costume designer who did Amadeus did the costumes for this.
What?
And I'm pretty sure that if that person's not working on this one directly, they at least took that theme over into the new movie or into this series.
Notably, less hats.
Smaller hats, yes.
Yeah. The Dune one, the Dune miniseries, everyone has hats.
Everyone does have hats.
They're so good and so colorful and so just extra.
So Paul's back.
Back again?
Yes, and he brought a friend this time, a different Stilgar.
Yes.
Stilgar has been recast from the first miniseries to this one. We now have Stilgar being played by Steven Berkoff. Familiar?
No.
He's a prolific character actor, still working to this day.
So he's hey, it's that guy.
Yes, he is very much it's that
Nice.
guy.
Anything we might know him from?
Yeah, so he did, he was Orlov in Octopussy, the James Bond.
Excellent.
He was the Detective Constable Tom in Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
He's in The Tourist. Victor Maitland in Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay.
Okay, so he's got a resume.
Yeah, and it's a mile long.
Good for him.
Yeah, a lot of theater work as well. In there.
Okay.
I
that
feel like
makes
a
sense.
lot of people in this are a lot of theater work.
So, sure.
Because like Alec Newman was doing theater work with
Kate
Blanchett.
Blanchett.
Cate Blanchett before Dune.
Yep. Stephen
She went off to go do Lord of the Rings, as we all know.
Berkoff was also in The Borgias in 2011 series, The Borgias. I'm not going to pronounce that name, but,
Some kind of Italian name.
but he did 8 episodes of it.
All right.
So yes, he is a lot of his resume is just like one-off stuff, like one character, one episodes, those kinds of things. But there is, I'm still scrolling through this. There's tons of them.
Quite a bit.
Yes.
But yeah, Stilgar is confronting Paul for not checking in with him before going out into the streets, because Stilgar is worried about dangers in the streets, whether they are, adventurers, agents of the Spacing Guild, the Bene Gesserit, or the former Imperial family.
Mm-hmm. Paul's not too happy about this.
Well, funny enough, Paul's like, well, surely they won't conspire something, or surely they'll conspire something a little more elegant than an assassination in the streets.
I mean, why?
Why?
Paul, you know what's happening.
I
Brother, you can see the future. Like, come on.
maybe this was poor acting, but that line sounded like it was meant to be sarcastic.
I could see that. Yeah.
I think it is meant to be sarcastic because he knows.
Well, of course he knows.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Maybe it's a way to just try and deflect Stilgar off of it. I don't know.
But even Stilgar at this point, I mean, if we're going to split hairs here, even Stilgar at this point should know that he can see the future.
Right.
Yeah.
So, whatever. I mean, no. We get Korba.
We do.
Korba's here. That fucker.
Piece of shit.
What did the book refer to him as? A panjurist?
I don't know this one.
Oh.
I know Paul calls him a fanatic instead of Fedaykin here.
He is referred to as a panjurist, which is like a hype man that you hire for your crew, basically.
Oh, he's one of the 35 people on stage while Paul's rapping.
Pretty much, but just like hyping him up the entire time, being like, "Oh my God, you're so amazing."
He's a yes man.
He's a chief yes man, which struck me as kind of odd that Paul seemed annoyed by him. It's like, brother, you have him here for this purpose.
Right.
Like, why are you pretending that's not what he's here to do? It's like,
Right.
he has a title, and I think someone later in the book calls him on it.
Yeah. I get the sense that, like, we're picking up this story at the point where Paul's just over it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I think that's what he was hired for originally, but now he's like, these fucking guys, just everywhere.
Yeah. There's a lot of self-pity here.
Sure.
There's such a sense of oh my God, I wish this wasn't my life. I wish I was a normal person.
You did it.
You did this. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you're the emperor. You can do something about this.
Yep. Which is exactly what they start to talk about in the next scene.
Yep.
We cut to the bedroom. Chani is asleep, in air quotes. Same actress here, thank goodness.
I think she does a very good job.
She is great in this episode.
She was decent. Again, I had qualms because Chani is described as being darker of skin, and here we have a white lady.
Well, so spoilers. Most of the people in this are very white.
They're all Czech.
That made me upset because I think when you're reading the books and you're reading just how much disdain Alia and Paul have for some of the Fremen and the uber religious among them, I think not having that racial identity for them, I think it takes away a little from the story and from their dynamic. Like they see some of the Fremen as savages, even though they purport to be Fremen among them,
Yeah.
But it's just, they think of them as superstitious, as backwards, and
Some real colonizer behavior.
well,
there.
yeah, absolutely. And you don't get the visual representation of that by making everybody white.
That's a good point. Yeah.
One thing I do appreciate about Denis' films, though, is that the Fremen in his films aren't entirely homogenous either.
No.
So I'm interested to see how he expands on that as we're now 12 years into, or probably like 15. I think
he said 17?
No, there was a interview with Timothy Chalamet where he says something to the extent of like 20 years.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah. So that does kind of put it back-ish on the normal timeline.
Yes.
But 20 years of
Intermingling.
this empire, like seeing if it develops properly at all.
And Timothy Chalamet will still look 15.
Yeah, of course.
What are you going to do?
Some
Not
people
cast
just have
Timothy.
baby face. If I shave, I have baby face.
He, I think, is one of those that'll forever have a baby face.
Yeah. Kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, even though he's older, he still has elements of baby face.
He has hints of baby face.
But also hints of a lot of plastic surgery, too. So
He looks like a bloated Jack Nicholson to me.
kind of.
I know I've read rumors where people were just like, no, that's his secret son. I'm like, bitch, I see it. Like,
That's a good point. Yeah.
because apparently his mom knew Jack Nicholson when she was younger.
Hello.
Uh-huh. But I guess
Interesting.
that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. So Paul starts whispering sweet nothings into Chani's ear, like calling the Fremen water fat, and wishing that he was not involved in so many wars. Things that we all whisper to our partners as they're sleeping.
Brother, you can just not be involved
Right.
with wars.
And that's
it's
what Chani's-
it's so easy to just not do it.
Chani says as much. She goes, "You're the emperor. You could stop this." And he goes, "We're too far into it now. We can't really stop the machine. Sorry, buddy."
But I'll lose the power.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's such a half-assed response.
It is. It's just like, oh my God, I'm going to complain about my life. Well, then do something about it. What?
That involves
What-
doing work.
What do you want me to do? A lot of self-pity.
Yeah.
Paul doesn't have mommy here to make his decisions for him.
Her.
So Paul, we cut a little bit into the future here, a couple hours, I would imagine. Paul's asleep, and he has a vision of a strange, like James McAvoy shaped man.
Yes.
James McAvoy shaped man. This is James McAvoy.
Well, yeah, but this shape is very James McAvoy shaped, and is in some kind of like carved hallway. We get the golden path mentioned. He's just whispering things at him. And I think it was flashes of Chani as well.
I believe so.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's who it looked like. But I have major qualms with this vision.
Tell me.
In the book, it specifically mentions that in his vision, Paul only foresaw a girl child. So why are we having visions of a boy child?
Okay.
Because if you're paying for a full James McAvoy,
I
you have to get your money's worth.
that I still don't like it.
Yeah, no,
I
get
still
it.
don't like it.
Since we're on it, God, I really want to just like go right to something that Paul says at the end of this, but I will wait because I also have these similar qualms.
Okay.
But also like okay, so he definitely, I'm not going to go into that, but going back to what Charlie said, he definitely shouldn't be seeing Leto because as the rules of prescience exists, right? Like he can kind of understand that there's a gap,
Right.
but not actually see, which is why in the scene that we're okay. I want to like just full dive, but we have to go see my scene or
He's
like
powering up nerd mode right now.
right. And okay.
Let it out. Let it out. Go.
Okay, fuck it. So we're gonna get to it here in a second, but there's the whole prologue of Messiah is Gaius Helen Moheim, Irulan, Scytale, and my boy Edric, right? And the whole reason why Edric is there is so that he can act as a veil against Paul's prescience as they're discussing the plot to assassinate Paul or to get rid of Paul.
Right.
And we will soon have a scene where it is Gaius Helen Moheim in Scytale, but there is no Edric.
No.
And it is Wencesia, not Irulan, in this conversation.
Correct.
Which, don't get me wrong, I love Susan Sarandon,
She was great in it, but she wasn't supposed
but
to be
she's
there.
not supposed to be here.
No.
Right. And Scytale is supposed to be, Edric is supposed to be there to be that prescient shield, and he's not. Now, that being said, Edric has a really good intro. We'll get to that here in a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, by the own rules of this universe, Leto and Paul should not be able to see each other. Well, Leto maybe be able to see his father because he's actually built different, but yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, the dude appearing in the dreams, yeah, that's weird. Very much against the book. I genuinely believe that was just a production choice.
Yeah, it that's the only thing that explains it.
Yeah.
The point I think we're getting at, we've kind of been dancing around, is that they take a lot more liberties in this show.
They do.
Than they did the first episode or the first miniseries.
The first miniseries was, I think, while not great, but a really good adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
This one,
Especially around, sorry to interrupt,
No.
especially around parts 2 and 3 of Dune. It actually follows the book.
it does. It does.
It was my biggest problem that I had with Denis films.
Yeah. But that's whatever. But yeah, and the scene that we're about to get to with the conspiracy, I guess I can hold my thoughts.
Well, we're there now.
We're there now.
We are at
Let's go
Seleucus
for it. Yeah,
Secundus.
we cut right with there.
The conspiracy is essentially the plot of the story, and they fail to outline the conspiracy.
Yeah.
What is the point of Duncan?
They dance around it so much.
They
They're
do.
just like-
They never state
They're
it
just like,
clear
he's
out.
a ghost from the past. And
Okay, so what is
we're
the
gonna-
ghost from the past supposed to do? Like, what is his purpose? And then because Scytale's role is so diminished here, we don't also get hints that the Beni Tleilaxu also know that Chani is being given contraceptive, which they believe will lead to her death, which will create a path for them to offer a Chani Gola, which would be their way of controlling Paul.
Right.
Further manipulation
Further
of Paul.
manipulation.
Because the beta test for the manipulation is Duncan, Idaho.
Right.
Yeah.
They keep mentioning plans within plans. I'm just like, you haven't explained a single one yet.
You can't just say plans within plans.
No.
This is Seinfeld yada yada thing.
Yeah, you can't just say base and be safe. That's not how this works.
No, they explained nothing.
Kind of.
Well-
They do explain that the Tleilaxu are very good at making sex toys.
They did. They did, and that was very good advertising for the.
I mean,
Tleilaxu.
sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, I think the most they get into it is like, we just want to get rid of Paul.
Right.
And like that's their ultimate end game, according to this conversation.
So they do say something very particular where Winsisia is the person that actually says that, like, listen, you can't do any, full frontal attack against the Emperor with, a bunch of religious fanatics. You have to take advantage of the fact that he is a human, and like a human, he will have human weaknesses, which kind of leans itself into manipulation by Chani, but I think she's referencing other types of manipulation, and then Scytale's just like, oh yeah, by the way, Duncan, Idaho.
Right.
I will say the like, it's not an axolotl pod, but the like twisting double helix pod thing that they've got
That was neat.
Duncan in is pretty cool.
That was pretty neat.
That's very 2000s sci-fi.
It is. I liked that. Yeah, again, my qualms are the fact that none of this was explained. All of the original conspirators weren't even there. And we just don't have a good idea of what their plan is. Mm-hmm. Like, how are all of you working together? Like, what is the benefit here?
While we're talking about Scytale, can I talk about Martin McDougall for a second? The actor who plays him?
Please.
So he is also one of those, hey, it's that guy kind of actors. He has 102 acting credits on his IMDb.
Damn, good for him.
Wow.
Still active as of last year. In fact, was in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Nice.
He's actually been in quite a few Mission Impossible movies. He's been a voice actor in like a bunch of video games. He was in the Dial of Destiny Indiana Jones movie, which I did not see because
Was it the last
there's only 3 Indiana Jones films. So
one? Sure.
Which one was was that the
I
one
have
with
no
Kate
fucking
Blanchett? Or was that the Crystal Skull?
no, the Crystal Skull was Shia LaBeouf.
There was one after that?
I think there
Yeah,
was
Oh,
Dial of-
Jesus
relatively recently too.
Christ.
Yeah, it was 2023.
Oh,
Dial of Destiny had Harrison Ford, obviously, Phoebe Waller-Bridges, Antonio Banderas, John Rhys Davies, Karen Allen.
okay.
Yeah,
Was it written by Phoebe Waller-Bridge?
Jez Butterworth, John
a lot of looking at the camera.
Henry Butterworth, and David Cupp.
Oh.
Anyways, no. So going back to our Scytale, though, Martin McDougall was also in like The Crown and a bunch of just like a lot of smaller roles in a bunch of different movies and everything. He's in a lot of Tom Cruise films.
Maybe he's...
Like he was in Edge of Tomorrow as well.
Are we asking if he's a Scientologist?
That's immediately where my mind went.
Maybe.
Okay. I know there are just like a handful of actors that Tom Cruise trusts.
Sure.
So maybe he's just...
How tall is this guy?
Does IMDb say?
Does Tom Cruise surround himself with people who are about his height?
But yeah, he also had just like a crazy resume before Children of Dune as well. He was in Judge Dredd.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Anyways,
Now, we have bounced back, or we've bounced this name around a couple of times. Winsisia. Who is this? Because I had to look it up.
Irulan's
Winsisia
sister.
is one of the children of Shaddam IV.
And nowhere was this mentioned. Who this person was.
Nope.
They say her name pretty early on when she's on screen, but they do not say, "Oh, you remember your sister from Arakeen?" You know, they don't.
You know, your sister Irulan, who's married to Paul.
Yeah, they don't give any kind of like stupid introduction like that or anything. We're just expected to know.
The closest that they give you is just when they introduce Salusa Secundus, and when we're on Second Salsa, they say like former or something to the extent of like
Imperial exile home of the Krynos.
yeah. So I think they just expect you
There's
to
some context
connect the
clues.
dots with that.
Therein lies another complaint.
Mm-hmm.
The conspiracy happens on Wallach 9. Why are they on
does.
Yeah.
Salusa Secundus?
Yeah.
I just think they only had so much budget.
They already had the Salusa Secundus backdrops painted from the last miniseries, and we could probably just reuse this.
We were never on Salusa Secundus in the last miniseries.
Really?
Yeah.
They got through the whole thing without...
Without anything on Salusa Secundus.
We never go to it in the Messiah book.
Interesting. Okay. We're all learning here. Guy Selmoheim is same actress, more hair, less big hat. That's my notes say.
Much smaller big hat, less butterfly wings
Yes.
going on with it.
Yep. She is not like super shiny bald in this one as she was in the first one.
Yep.
But thankfully, same actress. Going back to Wincisia just for a second. Susan Sarandon does a great job.
She does.
Susan Sarandon does a great job in everything that she touches.
She is so devious.
She was very, very good, which like doubly pissed me off because like why not make her a character that's actually supposed to be here?
I think it was to set her up for her more prominent role in children.
Yeah.
I like her little antennas on her
I
hat.
do
That was
too.
pretty fun.
All of the hat budget went to Susan Sarandon because she gets like several different hats throughout all of this. So
I was mesmerized by her 90s eyebrows.
Oh gosh.
are you gonna take some inspiration next time you do your eyebrows and just go full 90s with
Bitch, I
them?
might. I don't know.
Hey, listen, Dragon Con's coming up.
It is coming up.
You could probably whip together a Susan Sarandon and Children of Dune costume, and just see. You can count on one hand the amount of people who would
For
get
the
it.
3 people who'll know it.
Yep.
Not including us.
But yes. So, okay. And side tale, important to note: face dancer.
Yes.
This, I think, chronologically would be the first time that we are ever introduced to a face dancer in Dune TV/movie adaptations.
In Frank's canon? Or
No.
just like in any any Dune TV? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this would at
Unless
the time,
Jodorowsky had weird plans, but who the fuck knows what?
So yeah, this would have been something brand new for Dune folks. at
And
the
they
time.
also just drop face dancer in,
They do.
and then they just are like,
Don't
all right, bye.
explain what that involves. And they were certainly not brave enough to bring up the fact that these are hermaphrodites. Thank you.
No, of course not.
No.
Listen, it's 2003.
Yeah, I guess.
So we get hate. Or did they mention the name hate?
They do not say the
No.
word hate
Okay.
They do not.
whatsoever.
I
They do
thought,
In my notes, it's just always hate though,
yeah,
because
same. And then towards the end of this the show, I was like, wait, did they actually call him that at all?
yeah. So for those of you that don't know, the Gola Duncan, Idaho has a name that is given to him, and it's Hate, spelled Hayt. He's never actually called Duncan by anyone, I think, until like nearing the end of the book,
Alia tries to call him Duncan.
when she tries to get in his mind and stuff with
Yeah.
his memories and everything. And we'll talk about that later. But yeah, it is Hate up until then.
Right.
We will use them interchangeably. I'm
Yeah,
certain.
Yeah, my notes are almost all hate until the very end.
I am willing to bet right now
More bets, okay.
there will not be a mention of hate at all during Denis' film,
Interesting.
that I don't like that.
because you have to remember this is Dune for a global audience. And why is Jason Momoa 2 different characters with 2 different names?
Listen, Eddie Murphy can do it.
Eddie Murphy is
If Jason Momoa
is here. Eddie Murphy is here, motherfucker.
John's hand is very high up in
this
the
is
air
an
right
audio
now.
medium, but
Yeah. Well,
one hand was higher than the other for Eddie Murphy, right?
yeah.
Okay. No. If Jason
Momoa could never be Norbert.
he could clump it.
He could clump it? Is
Yeah.
that what just was uttered?
Yeah, he could
Okay.
clump it. You telling me he can't clump it? He could clump it.
He's a delightful man. But a clump he is not.
Okay. Okay. Guy selling Moheim here seems completely taken aback by the fact that this thing exists.
She hates it.
Surely she has to know about Golas, right?
You would assume that the Mother Superior of all of the Bene Gesserit knows exactly what the Tleilaxu are up to.
Yeah. But she seems so incredulous here. She's like, what is this? It's just, I was like, come on, you don't have to play it up that
Bitch.
much.
I'm hoping that maybe that was representative of how the Bene Gesserit view this sort of genetic experimentation.
Yeah.
Maybe it was less incredulous and more like, I can't believe you did this.
This abomination.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Pot and kettle calling each other black.
Yep.
I have an update.
Okay.
On the IMDb page for Dune 3, Jason Momoa is listed as hate.
Really?
Hey, all right.
Okay.
He's clumping it.
He is clumping it. I stand corrected.
Okay.
Love it.
Interesting. I would not have expected them to. I'm glad that they are.
Give Denis a little more credit. This is the last one he said he's going to make, and
Sure.
I think he's going to get batshit crazy with it.
I hope he does. I hope Edric is fucking weird. I want Edric to be so fucking just
Me too.
Practical.
gross.
I want it to be practical.
I want it to be practical. I want it to be that guy who was the fish man in Face of
Doug Jones.
Shape of Water.
Even though Doug Jones has said that he's done doing that, I hope that this is like his last hurrah, because
I don't see anybody else playing.
He is
Edric.
honestly, just put on the Abe Sapien costume from Hellboy.
Yep,
Mr.
that'll do.
Hands in the Eyes from Pan's Labyrinth. That would be cool. That was Doug Jones.
Yeah.
He, everything.
So was Pan.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
I love that man.
Yes. I mean, he's he's Saru in the Star Trek Discovery. Does an awesome job there. He's always been top of our fan casting for Edric.
Oh, he's amazing. I mean, he's on the same level as Andy Serkis is with
Sure.
the motion capture, except
Yep.
Doug Jones does it
Practical.
which is baller as hell.
Yep. What time do you think he has to get there for hair and makeup?
Yesterday,
He stays overnight.
I bet he's like, because he's such a good actor though, he's probably the kind of guy that just like fucking nails it in 2 or 3 takes. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he's just like, yep. Because he probably doesn't want to sit through
that's my thought.
as much hair and makeup as unless he absolutely has to.
Right. Oh, that would be so good. Have they released no casting for Edric? And so it's probably going to be CGI.
I think Edric is
Oh,
going to
that would
be
be
a surprise.
Okay.
Trying to see. No, nothing for Edric yet.
Well, we mentioned on our Lorehounds crossover episode a couple weeks ago that one of my big complaints about the trailer that came out was that they went ahead and spoiled the Gola coming back. You know, Jason Momoa was in the trailer,
He was in the trailer,
and it's just like, come on, guys, give us something.
Edric is our thing.
Edric is our
okay.
thing.
All right.
I think.
Because you see Edric's casket 3 times,
Yeah.
but you do not see Edric.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's get back to this. We cut away from this conspiratorial meeting. We're back on Arrakis, where we fly over a patch of grass? ? There's grass now.
There is reedy grass.
That's right. Chani's in Fremengard They're going back to the Siege.
Siege Tabber.
Yeah.
It uses the same exact model as before, and you
Sure.
can tell because it is a notably shittier model than all of the other
Got
ones.
3 years of moving warehouses around. They're the Fremen like costumes and the clothing and everything. I could be alone in this, but to me they looked more like Native American.
I had the same exact note.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was like, they're much less Middle Eastern coded, much more like Native American coded in this.
Which is strange because the source material
Yeah,
leans heavy towards the space Arab aesthetic.
space era.
That's what my dad called it.
Not wrong. That's very accurate. She's upset. She cannot conceive children. She's having a real hard time. I guess the new Reverend Mother, we don't get a name for this person who she's talking to.
I thought it was a midwife with her weird jawbone hat.
Maybe it was a Sayadina. I don't know. Apparently, I mean, Jessica's not here, so the Reverend Mother is maybe...
Reverend Mother
gone?
just dipped the fuck out and was like, all right, see ya.
I was like, I don't like what I did. I'm just going to leave.
Yeah, so I mean, you have to assume someone took her place.
Right. Or maybe things are different now.
They didn't backfill the position, I guess. Who knows?
It wasn't in the budget for...
Fiscal year 10,100 and whatever it is.
The book mentions
11,000 something.
in the book there's no mention of a new Reverend Mother.
Interesting.
I believe that position is filled by Alia.
I would imagine that there wouldn't really be anyone to challenge Alia on that one because they're not going to win.
No.
Fair. Okay. She's already gone through the agony, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, she is Paul's #1 fan.
Yeah. All right. I'll buy that for $1. Sure. So whoever she's talking to then, she suspects it must be a poison. You know, the doctors checked her out. Everything looks good. So it must be some kind of poison.
Something undetectable that comes from off-world.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
Right. So very quickly deduces it must be Irulan.
Well, we just hard cut to
We
Irulan
do.
looking
And
through this weird waxy glass stuff.
another qualm, this happens so much later in the story. And Chani never confronts Irulan directly. She complains to Paul, says
Okay.
she's going to kill her,
Got it.
but the confrontation with Irulan never actually happens.
I'm not upset with this edition, though.
No.
I'm not upset with it. It's because Chani has a much bigger presence in this story.
It gives her a little more agency.
Yeah. Not upset with it. Before we cut over, Chani does get a new diet. She's like, you need to start eating this new thing. We'll go back to holistic medicine for this. Diet of lots of spice. And then you should be good.
Basically eating straight spice.
Right. And then the lady also says, yeah, but if you do it, it's going to be a real quick birth. You know, it's going to be a very accelerated pregnancy. So that is what she has to look forward to, I guess.
Have fun.
But yeah, then we go to the small council meeting here. And this is like, in my opinion, the most boring part of this episode.
They're talking about whether or not they should give people rights, and Alia is like, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, they said the Landsraad needs a new constitution. Alia is against democracy. Go figure.
Who'd have thought? Irulan's also against it, but is just like,
Different
we
reasons.
we could give them some just like,
We could give them bullshit and call it a constitution.
yeah.
In the book where they're discussing this, I have highlighted constitutions become the ultimate tyranny is a line from Paul. And I have written in here, bad guy talk.
Yes. We must not forget.
Well,
These are all bad
spoilers.
guys.
Paul is not a good person.
Oh my God, what?
I know.
What?
Hard to believe. Especially when there's that whole section in the book where he says, oh, Hitler's nothing compared to
Right?
me.
Hitler and Genghis Khan were small potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Hey, at least he's self-aware.
Stilgar, you should study this to know how great I am.
Jesus.
You think they're going to tackle that in Denis' film?
I sure as shit hope so, because they
won't
didn't
even-
in this one.
They won't even say jihad. They won't even say the word. No, they're not going to tackle it in Denis.
It's a holy war.
Yes, and that has a name in Arabic.
It does.
So Paul is still having visions of the McAvoy persuasion. And we're back to the cave. We get Golden Path mentioned again. Chani's there. He's very disinterested in these politics, it seems like. That's going on around him. He forbids a constitution. He's just going to rule as an emperor, as emperors do. And really just kind of ends this meeting very hurriedly.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be doing this. He wants to be out in the streets, walking around the people and shit.
Right.
His new favorite activity.
Stilgar steals him for a second and says, hey, I'm very against having Spacing Guild members on Arrakis. And Paul goes, noted. And,
Tough shit.
Yeah, and keeps
Tough
on
shit.
walking.
Convince everyone else that it's okay.
Yep.
You'll understand why later on.
Yeah.
Just throws smoke and runs away.
We cut to Erlon, who's journaling again, as she is wont to do. Mm-hmm. It's her favorite pastime. And surprise, Chani is here. Confronts her about the poison. This is the thing that did not happen.
Correct.
But one that, like Zach said, I also agree. I'm fine with it being added.
It works better.
Except for when Irulan threatens to cuckold Paul.
Correct. That is the conversation that takes place between her and Paul, and it's a very cruel conversation.
Yeah,
and
because
I
Paul's
think
just like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Yeah, no kids. That's it. No kids.
I'll have you garroted,
Yep.
Yeah.
is what he says to her.
Oof. Jeez.
Do you think Florence Pugh's going to threaten to cuckold Paul?
Absolutely, yes.
If they drop the word
Cuckold?
if they drop the word cuckold but not jihad, come on.
I think because of maybe pornography, cuckold is more of a
Household name.
household name, more of a common term.
Yeah.
Well,
Then-
I just feel like the phrase getting cucked is
Right.
extended beyond pornography at this point.
It
too.
has.
That is like an insult in a lot of ways.
Right.
They're using this in the by the Webster's
In the Christian definition of cuckolding.
yeah, they're using this as an actual thing that they're just going to go do,
Yeah.
not as an insult, really. They truly are using it in the dictionary definition of the word. But I would love to see Florence Pugh yell, "I'm going to cuck you, Paul," on screen. That would be pretty fun.
That would make me really happy.
I would probably burst out laughing if I'm going to be honest with you guys.
Regardless, we got some freaky ass royals here.
Yep.
So,
And we'll
a
get to
line-
see that in 70 millimeter.
Hell yeah.
A line in this conversation says that Erlon says she admits to the poison, but she also says she has the right to bear his children.
Yes.
I mean, legally, I guess she is married to him.
And I
But-
was just kind of like doing notes off the top of my brain, but did she say that she loves him in this scene?
She does,
I was
which
like,
is
what
a
the
little
fuck?
Stockholm syndrome-y.
A little?
Just a little.
Yeah. She
She says, do you truly believe that you're the only woman that loves him? So she doesn't say that she loves him, but who else would she be talking about?
Okay, fair.
And then Chani's just like, bitch, I'm the only woman that he loves. Fuck you. You're trash.
Fair enough. Okay.
You dog shit. Yeah. Everyone's
Don't
really
touch
mean. Everyone's really mean to Irulan, but also Irulan kind of deserves it.
a little bit.
At least from Chani.
From Chani, yes. From Chani, yes. Irulan does at the very end pretend that she did love him all along, or
Yes.
convinces herself.
Stockholm syndrome.
That is the Stockholm syndrome. Yes.
Yep. So we come back to Seleucus Secundus. The child Farad'n is being trained by
You gonna get it?
Teryanik?
Tyekanik.
What? How do you spell it?
Tyekai Tyekanik.
Why did I write Teryakannik?
Couldn't tell you.
No idea.
I thought I just copy and pasted from Dune Wiki over.
No idea.
Okay, so I fucked that one up. Swordmaster for the Krynos. Being trained to fight.
Big T.
That's right.
Yeah, so Farad'n being trained by Big T. I guess this guy is a soon-to-be prince, hopeful, because they are not actual emperors anymore. This is just the line of Krynos.
Yep.
I guess they expound a little bit more on their plan here. They want the goal to kill Paul. Some really bad parenting ensues after this.
Some toxic ass parent-child relationship ensues.
But I was really proud of that kid. He was just like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. So kid gets his ass beat, comes running and crying to his mother. And when Sissia is just like, stop being a little bitch. You're going to let people see you cry. They're going to make fun of you. No emperor should be crying. And he's just like, yeah, no, I don't want to be emperor.
I don't want to be emperor. Let somebody else do it.
And then she immediately just like berates the shit out of him. It tells him to grow up and to stop being a little bitch and to go back to fighting. And then like he kind of runs away from her and then just like looks back and is like, nah, fuck you.
Good on him.
Yeah, definitely fostering a solid mother-son relationship, which will not come back to bite her in the ass at all later on.
Nope. Not
No,
one
why
bit.
would it?
I don't know. But then we go back to Arakeen.
Well, I was going to say, do y'all know the ultimate outcome of Farad'n?
Yes.
Do you know who he becomes in like the extended lore?
Not in anything beyond children.
Okay.
I haven't looked at his encyclopedia entry.
He becomes a person. I guess he changes his name to Hark al Hada. I think is how you say it, which is basically a poet. He's the William Shakespeare of the Dune universe.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he writes plays and like a lot of the histories that they find or that talk about in the encyclopedia are written by him. So yeah,
He followed his heart.
there you go.
Very
So,
proud.
Got a good story.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So we got this side tale meeting with Farak. His blinded son is in the other room, and there's a girl playing the harp here who, for all intents and purposes of this scene, is blind. I know she's not. But
Yeah.
she can see all the stuff that is happening, and is just eyes forward playing the harp.
She's high, no? Like high
I'm
as a
pretty
kite.
sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lichna's like just
Samuda.
completely samuda'd the fuck out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they don't really give much of a indication of that in this scene.
No, I think
Do you think they're going to include the purple space cocaine from Prophecy?
That would be cool. I want to try that. I'm a drug guy, a little bit. I don't like doing drugs, but I love the idea of doing drugs.
I'd try it.
I would try it in a heartbeat. Oh, that'd be so fun. So this girl is Othium's daughter. She's introduced.
Lichna.
Lichna, thank you. I forgot to write down the name. And Farak says that she can get Scytale, or she can get an audience with Paul. Mm-hmm. And Scytale's like, perfect. All I needed to know. Wrist dart. Here's some poison.
And he does the best death where he just like face flat falls on this table.
That was great.
Love that.
There's a number of good deaths in this episode.
There are. Again, there are qualms here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear them.
Scytale was supposed to show up to their door with the face of Duncan, Idaho, which did not happen.
Yeah.
We were told about was it Farouk's son? How Farouk's son is giving Lichna drugs to keep her interested in him. and like feed her memories and stuff of them being together.
Oh, Jesus.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've read it, but just like hearing it out loud is like, holy.
It's a little strange. Yeah, because I think their thought was this is the only way a blind Fremen boy can expect to have any sort of love in his life because he's blind and therefore no longer a human.
Yeah, to the rest of the Fremen, he
To the
just
rest
needs
of
to be
the
sent
Fremen.
to the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he begged for his life earlier.
He
yeah.
did. He did.
Muad'Dib.
But yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, through the conversation we get here is, I don't know, and more of this perspective of, hey, the Fremen are kind of over Paul's shit too,
Yeah.
which is even crazier. Paul's over it. The Fremen are over it. Why does it continue to happen then?
Paul can literally just stop at any time.
He can.
But he says, no, it's too far
No,
gone.
I can't.
I really have incredibly high hopes that we get a lot of Robert Pattinson.
Me too.
Get his freaky ass on the screen. I want to see it.
I want to see him be as weird as possible. Do a freaky little voice.
Just be a freak.
It better be an expanded role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get a Pattinson without giving as much Pattinson as you can.
I hope that's the case
Yeah.
because I'm
My only thing that worries me is that there will be more Pattinson and less Edric.
I think yeah, that's it's probably gonna have to be the case.
Yeah. Where like he's just doing all the backspeak to the guild. Because as far as I know, the guild is only mentioned once in Denis' film. And it is only mentioned at the very beginning of part 1,
Right.
where they just flat out tell you from the beginning that spice is needed for travel,
Yes.
which completely ruins the whole like big surprise of Dune at the end with Paul's revelation about spice. So I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see in December.
I don't want to wait that long.
No, I don't know.
So we cut back. Well, so Scytale kills them all.
Yes.
I would have to imagine.
Scytale on screen kills Farak and then says Lichna, I will enjoy being called Lichna, and then we get the like stereotypical he walks and covers the camera and we just assume they're both killed off screen kind of thing.
That is exactly how it takes place in the book.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey, they got it right.
They did.
Good. Good.
They got parts of it right.
They got parts of it right. I think they kill Farouk's son as well in the book, but we don't see that.
But they're not gonna, I don't know.
It's fine. I'm glad they got that little bit right.
Yeah. We cut back to the Highliner. Gaius Helmoheim is arrested for coming back to Arrakis. She was supposed to not step foot on this place ever again, or even step spaceship
And
outside.
she's just like, I'm not on Arrakis. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. And they're just like, yeah, no, fuck you, dude. There's no free space.
And that's a quick scene. That's all that happens in that one.
After we have the Highliner scene, which, by the way, I'm very glad that they kept the design of the Highliner. I thought the Highliners were very cool in Dune, and they're still very cool here. The guild is here.
They're here.
Notably without their goofy ass hats.
I liked their hats from the first one.
Love their hats from the first one.
I'm always a fan of a hat.
I love the goofy hats. I love the goofy arm movements and everything. But instead, we get Edric. My weird fish son is
He's
here.
got some goofy hand movements going on.
Sure, but
too.
he's also a weird fish thing. So he's
Sure.
gonna have goofy hand movements.
Sure.
Both of his legs have fused together to become a mermaid tail thing. Yeah.
And surprisingly, all CGI.
Yep.
They didn't do practical for this one, unfortunately.
No. I was kind of hoping it would be a little more obvious that Edric at one point was the human. I think that would have made him more monstrous.
I mean, it's It's still enough because you can still see like his knees and his thighs and everything through the weird mermaid tail. But yeah, he definitely looks more just alien-like than human-like, I think. Part of what I would hope for in a Denis Edric is like a human face that is just off enough that it really sets off a lot of people's like uncanny valley
sensors. I am looking for the grotesque, the sort of. I wanted to give me the same sense that I got, and I think it was Aliens, where the creatures just like kill me. Was that the second one? It was like just kind of an abomination of a creature that shouldn't be.
Was that the second one or was it the third?
Alien Cubed?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, Alien Cubed.
I want to say it was the second one, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's...
I can picture what you're talking about. I just don't remember what movie it's from.
No, I don't recall either. But that's the sort of like grotesque...
Sure.
This is supposed to be a human, but it's clearly not.
Right. I want him to go full Lynch. Just give me that vagina potato.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Or... not to spoil the end of The Substance. Y'all seen The Substance?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Give me that.
That. Hell yeah.
That would make me happy.
That would be awesome, actually.
Yes.
God.
Clear tank, all CGI, very robotic voice.
Yeah.
Stilgar is just like Geis Moheim not having it with the Gola
Yeah.
Duncan, Idaho.
And from their perspective, if it needs to be said, he hates the Spacing Guild because they're the ones who brought the Harkonnens
Correct.
over. So he's got a major beef.
Well, they brought the Harkonnens over. They also just like manipulated the fuck out of the Fremen to the point where the Fremen are like having to give up resources on their planet so that way they can actually survive as a people.
Right.
So I understand.
No, this is an understandable beef.
Yes, absolutely.
But Stilgar is just so ready at every point in this movie to just take something's water.
Yep.
He's just like, Muad'Dib, please let me take this water. And Paul's just like, nah.
Not yet.
Nah, son. Not today.
Which is an honest representation of Stilgar in the books. He's always like chomping at the bit to kill someone.
Yep. We learned that Hate has been trained as a Mentat.
Yep. And when he steps forward, we get gasps all around. Except from Paul. Paul's just like, interesting.
Paul has no I had, again, qualms with this. Paul had no reaction when the whole point of a Duncan Gola is a reaction from Paul.
Yeah.
But we are talking about a guy that sees the future and has already seen what will happen.
Sure. But the whole point of Duncan was a psychic poison, like to rattle him. Mm-hmm. Even if he had seen him. Like in the book, he comes off as kind of like rattled, like he's just drawn to him.
Yeah. And
can't really explain the things that he's feeling. And I don't think that this actor did a very good job of conveying that.
He's incredibly stoic, right?
Yeah.
You know, he's on the throne. He's being all cool as a cucumber. Just nothing.
We may have benefited from some internal monologue there.
Sure. Just him like with his hand on his head or on his temple, you know, stone face, but inside he's like, "What the fuck?"
No, it's got to be like Lynch internal monologues though, where they're doing like weird, like almost kissy faces, and they're just like, "Ooh."
Yeah. The internal monologue happens in real time.
Yeah.
Outside, so it's just long or prolonged periods of silence where people are looking at each other. Yes, trained as a Mentat. There is some more dialogue in the scene, but my copy of the show glitched out right here, so I actually did not catch what they were saying. I know Alia steps in and she's like, fucking watch your place, Edric.
Yeah, she basically
Oh, yeah.
puts Edric in his place and is just like, you are overstepping, because Edric tries to lobby for the release of Geisel and Moheim, and Alia's just fucking not having it at all. So,
And my copy cuts back in when Paul's basically like, you heard the lady.
yeah.
Which I think was supposed to be a stand-in for the conversation he and Edric have about why don't you relinquish your godhead, which is what they refer to it as in the book. And Paul's response to that is because the Fremen believe Alia is a god. I'm like, okay, well, what kind of answer is that to the actual question you were just asked? Like, what? He can't relinquish his godhead because the Fremen think his sister is a god, and so what? Anyway, I
can see you really love this book.
I loved the book. I just don't remember hating Paul this much last time around. I think this time I
Hating book Paul or adaptation Paul, or both?
book Paul more so than adaptation Paul.
Okay.
That's probably a sign of growing up a bit, that you hate Paul more as you read it.
Oh, he was pissing me off. It's just like, bitch, you put yourself here.
Yeah.
You can stop it, but you're choosing not to.
Yep. Yeah. So Irulan goes to see Geisel and Moheim in her fancy cage that she is in, surrounded by guards.
GHM's doing her tarot reading.
She is. I was happy to see that.
Yeah, she's playing solitaire on the table.
And I mentioned it earlier. They pull not direct copies, but definitely inspiration from the Dune Tarot from the encyclopedia into the design of these tarot cards.
That's cool.
Now, Dune Tarot and the encyclopedia are rectangular cards still,
Sure.
not these hexagonal ones, which frankly I think look cooler.
Oh, there is a large amount of money that I would pay for a full set of these Dune Tarot. Like,
Oh, I collect tarot. I would
oh my god!
very much love them. I have cat tarot. I have Game of Thrones tarot.
I think I
Have I shown you the cat tarot that I have?
No, does
Oh
it
my
come in a
God.
purple box?
It
think
comes
it's
in
the
a
same one.
Comes in a pink one. It's all different cat memes.
Okay, you're gonna.
Okay, I have to
you're
show
gonna
this
have
to you
pull
later.
it out after we're
Yeah.
done here.
we'll link them in the show notes too for people because they're
They're
exceptionally funny.
fucking hilarious.
I've given them as a gift before. I don't own them myself, but I've given them as a gift. Yeah, I would kill for a set of these, like the hexagonal Dune Tarot cards that she's playing with,
And-
and in metal, not
This is
Honestly, they just have to be like aluminum and they would be fine.
yeah.
this is a missed merchandising opportunity for Warner Brothers.
They do so little merchandising for this movie, for these movies.
They do. It's insane. Which like they went completely ham on Game of Thrones stuff, but like for Dune stuff, they're just like, nah. I think that has more to do with the production considering itself more of a prestige project than a commercial one. I want to say that's the issue.
I guess we got a Lego set out of it. That was cool.
We did, and I guess I should be happy with that.
Spaceballs, the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs, the flamethrower.
Yeah.
The kids love this one.
That's what I want.
Yeah, kids of all ages, John. I would love that. Yeah, we get a lot of it's like third-party merchandise from
Yeah.
Dune, but yeah, not a lot of anything else.
No.
Did I tell you I bought that glow globe?
Breaking fucking news, buddy.
You bought what now?
I bought a glow globe. So there's
wow.
there's a person on Etsy that 3D prints glow globes, and they have a Atreides glow globe, and they have a Harkonnen glow globe
From the Villeneuve movies.
from the Villeneuve movies, but it's like a bookshelf piece. But it's a lamp.
specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look awesome. It's on my list of things to get for my new library bookshelf thing that I built.
Yep.
Yes, it's on the list.
I will have a glow globe sometime. Don't know when.
You're gonna
That's
have
awesome.
to send me a link.
I will do it right now. Like literally right now.
Excellent.
And if, as far as I can remember, reasonably priced for what you're getting.
For what you're getting and for the fact that it's shipping from like France, yeah.
Yeah, fair. Very cool. Very cool stuff. Now, Irulan and Gaius Helen Moheim are having two conversations at once.
Yes.
There's one on the surface, which is, hey, how you getting along? How's things going? Do people know you're here? Yada, yada. You seem to be fitting in well.
But what the hands are saying is you got to kill that baby.
Yeah. Hey, perform an abortion.
You got to do an abortion.
Yeah, it's very different conversations. I was wondering, how did the guards not see them doing this?
The guards are blind always.
Because they're all looking inward to the cage.
Yeah, and like even though they're holding their hands like in front of their bellies,
It's still out in the open.
bro, you got 4 guards in here. You have multiple angles of viewing.
Cameras
So,
exist in this universe.
true.
I want to extend the benefit of the doubt and assume that the hand signals are meant to be so natural that...
Nah, they're throwing shapes.
Well, I know they are.
She brings up the blood symbol at one point.
She does. Her Southern California heritage.
Right.
Glad to know that survives 40,000 years into the future.
Exactly.
Why would it not?
I mean, you know.
There's some rough times, but they pulled through.
Correct.
Were y'all subtitles weird on that word abortion?
Abortifact.
Abortifact.
Abortifact, yeah.
I was like, is that just an encoding thing or like a translation?
I mean, I think an abortifact is like the Game of Thrones moon tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because the Bene Gesserit fear that bloodline even more than they feared Paul, which I wonder why.
Is it not just because it's an unknown?
Sure. I mean, clearly the Bene Gesserit wouldn't probably anticipate Leto II turning into a worm and living for 3,500 years and almost completely obliterating their organization. But
Yes.
No, they planned for that. They saw it.
they're just like, oh, this fucking freak is going to dip his hand in some fish and then, oh, God, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, so they continue this conversation, and Irulan's got to kill a baby.
What they don't touch on here is how the Reverend Mother, in her desperation, is just like, well, maybe we can convince brother and sister to mate.
Okay, I can see why they left that one out.
I don't like that.
Although, you know,
Frank's got some weird sex shit going on in his
given
books.
They
the
do.
next scene, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities.
What do you mean, Zach? What do you
Oh,
mean?
God, that next scene.
So the next scene is super sexy training montage.
It's as
Alia knows kung fu.
It's so bad.
it's as unnecessary in this episode as it was in the book. Like
She knows kung fu and then just immediately gets naked.
Correct.
And is just like,
That's
oh, hey, Paul, my brother, and also Stilgar, and also this Duncan, Idaho Gola.
Listen,
Look at me.
I've been told by multiple gyms that you cannot just do that. Get naked after your workout. You have to be in the locker rooms doing all this kind of stuff. So I don't understand why that piece of etiquette has not been carried on in the future.
Well, I mean, it is kind of just in her house. So,
I guess.
That's fair, but this is still very much crack baby behavior, which she
oh,
essentially is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not forgiving this behavior.
No.
This
But-
is one of those moments where you just kind of start to see the crazy come through.
Yes. So I guess in that regard, I do kind of appreciate it, but it just seems so unnecessary. I blazed past it in the book. I'm like, I'm not reading this shit.
What I couldn't blaze past is this use of CGI for like the knife drones that they
All
give.
11 knife drones. Thank you very much.
It looks like a lot more than 11.
It did not look good.
I didn't count them. I just was going
It's-
off of her dialogue.
To me, it was a clearly they just told her to have some kind of dance routine that she does with these knives.
Yes.
And they're going to CGI the drones like purposely hitting where her knives are spinning rather than her hit them out of the air, if that makes sense.
It
Because
does.
there's no like intention ever.
No. No, it looks very clumsy, and I think that's couldn't be helped.
Yeah. Oi, 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 oi. Yep. The robe comes down. Paul comes in, covers her up. She's jazzed that she got 11 of these sumbitches.
She looks a little pissed that Paul's trying to cover her up too.
So maybe she would have been down for the whole brother-sister thing.
She might have been, because
She does love her brother.
she also mentions later in the book that given the fact that she was born pretty much without her own personality, with everyone's voice in her head, sometimes she is in the place of her mother and she sees Paul as her son.
Oh,
Sometimes, sometimes she sees Paul as a mate.
Cool.
Yeah. So she has grown up seeing Paul in different ways because of all of the,
Voices in
all
her
of the
head.
voices in
Yeah.
her head.
Oof.
So
All the things she said.
all the things she said running through her head. So the brother sister thing might have been a possibility. Like if Paul had no say in it, it could have happened.
Gross. Gross.
Cool.
I'm not
Well,
saying it's a good thing.
No, I'm
just-
not. I know you're not, but still, just gross.
It is gross. It is.
Well, I'm glad Frank didn't take us down that gross path.
No, he just takes us down a lot of other
There are plenty of other gross paths.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
weird like breeding fetish shit later on.
Sure. Paul charges Alia with going to investigate a murder that has happened. And she wants to take the new Gola with her. So take hate. And because he's a mentat, he can figure shit out real quick.
He wants her to take hate.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, I thought you said she wants to take.
No, he wants her to take hate with her.
Okay.
Then at the body. So we smash cut to out in the desert. This body has been decapitated, hands cut off, and just left for the worms.
As one does.
Coriolis wins.
Yep.
They really quickly deduce that there's a face dancer afoot here.
Well,
I mean, hate does, but
hate says first and foremost that it's poison because of the like atrophy of the skin and the rapid atrophy and then molting of the skin, which what a way to describe it. Just so matter of fact.
yeah.
But then he's like, yeah, there's only like one kind of poison and it's definitely Tleilaxu. So, figure that out.
I liked the line where it further hit the hammer on the head that it might be a face dancer is maybe nobody reported this girl missing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Which, again, it relies on you to know exactly what a face dancer does, which they never really quite explained nor demonstrated.
No.
So yeah, it relies heavily on you being familiar with the source material, which
Yeah.
isn't great.
This one is definitely more of a, hey, this is for the Dune nerds rather than
Yeah.
the first miniseries where they're just like, here's this big grand story and we're going to just explain everything to you kind of thing. Like we talked about it in the first episode, but they like really harp on like Sook doctors and like how the Sook were conditioned to like never harm anyone that they served and everything like that, which valid. It's a major point, but that would be the equivalent major point to what a face dancer is for this story.
Right.
And they're just like, yeah, he's a face dancer.
He's a face dancer.
Next.
You figure out what that means.
We don't get a demonstration of it even at the end. Skipping ahead, it's just like him pulling off a hat, basically.
Aha!
Pretty much.
It's a real Scooby-Doo reveal.
It was.
We'll get there, though. Speaking of, though, Face Dancer disguised as Othium's daughter. Was it
Lichna.
Lichna, thank you.
I will enjoy being called Lichna.
She gets the meeting with Paul,
She does.
and Paul immediately knows that she's a face dancer.
Yes.
But she convinces him to go see Othium while he was sick because he has the names of the conspirators. And I give Paul a little bit of credit here. He goes, "Why didn't she just tell you?" He was like, "No, that would have been easy."
No, but Paul, you have to go there. You have to go there.
You have to go outside, Paul.
And I feel like that question was just to make the face dancer think that he doesn't know that they're a face
Right.
dancer.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he caves so quickly. She was like, "Well, no, what if I got captured?" He goes, "Good point, I'll go." Yeah.
Okay, that made sense.
I mean, the conversation's pretty similar in the book, except you get Paul's inner monologue like, he's not doing a very good job. He's like, his mannerisms are off.
This is not a 5-star face dancer, by the way.
No, but I gotta tell you, while I was rereading it the entire time, I was picturing just straight up Robert Pattinson dressed like a little girl. No changed faces or anything, but just like straight up just dressed like a young girl.
Perfect.
And just going around like, "I'm Lichna," doing a little voice.
What if they did that?
That would be
Listen,
so funny.
I would love that, and I don't trust anybody to pull that off the way that Robert Pattinson could probably pull that off.
So it would have to be Robert Pattinson doing his same voice. Well, okay, same voice, just dressed as different people.
Yes.
And it works every time.
Yes. Yeah.
And people are just like, they're like, "Yeah, it's totally a little girl there."
Yes,
This is a teenage daughter of Othium, of course.
I
Why wouldn't it be?
I would love that.
That's some like Naked Gun shit.
Oh, yeah.
But like Denis can make it look really dark and prestigious and award worthy.
That would be so funny.
Cause okay, some of this shit as you're reading it is goofy as hell. It was very hard for me to take it seriously the first time reading it, but after watching the Villeneuve Dune movies and then rereading it, I have a whole different picture of it in my head, and it's a lot more serious and it's a lot darker and there's more gravity to it, and it's not just goofy shit. So
I do like that the miniseries, especially the Dune one, really leans into the goofiness of Dune.
it had no choice but to.
Yeah.
I think the act of making it dark and heavy and prestigious looking, I think that was a huge feat given the source material.
Like Shaddam's genie ass looking costumes.
Correct. And the Baron.
Oh my God.
The Baron isn't described as scary in the book. He's just like some kind of weird.
He's just a big fat ass that can't walk because he's
Menacing
so fat.
to a degree.
menacing to a degree, just like a lot of mention of his fat fingers and his like
Yeah.
weird hair and the fact that he can't move around. But Denis somehow took that and made something ominous. Like credit where credit is due.
So, Denis, I know you listen. So let's get that written into the script there. I know you're already done shooting or close to it. So,
They're probably close to being done with all the CG at this point.
yeah, so a couple reshoots will be fine.
It'd be wild to just like have a massive color palette change to just like bright and like so colorful amongst everything else that he does, which is so just like dark and monocolored.
Right.
Speaking of colors, they're very specific about the about color choices in this book with like banners and things and how rooms are decorated. And the colors that they put together sound ugly as shit. So I'm wondering how Denis will fix that.
An
because
interior designer, Frank Herbert, was probably not.
it sounded horrendous. They sounded terrible together.
Yeah, we're gonna do purple and orange and like blue and hot pink.
Kinda.
I suspect Denis will continue with his muted earth tone aesthetic.
Good.
Makes it very difficult to do thumbnails for this show.
Well, I'll just draw our own.
I'll just do MS Paint thumbnails from here on out.
Hell yeah.
Use the mouse with my right hand, even though I'm left-handed, so it's going to be horrendous.
Good. It'd be up to the listener to interpret what scene this is. Okay, so we smash cut to Korba. He is kind of getting everything ready for the Stoneburner attack. Once again, they just drop this name on you. Stoneburner do not give you really any indication of what it's going to do.
No, that's not true.
They mentioned it in the very beginning.
We had the Stoneburner and the blindness of Farak's son right in the beginning.
Stoneburner?
Yes,
Yes,
they did.
Did they in the
Yes,
very
they
opening
did.
scene?
Yes, they do. They say he was
Stop
blinded
yelling,
by a
it's fine.
Stoneburner.
They did, which surprised me because thinking about how taboo they referred to the Stoneburners as after it was set off in Arrakis, like, well, why is this so bad? You've been using it everywhere else. Like, you didn't care about the Great House's agreement then.
Yeah,
So, like, why is it a big deal now just because it happened to you?
I think precisely.
Not that we can draw any parallels to anything that's happening right now with that.
Nope. Rules for thee, not for me.
Typical bad guy talk.
It's typical. Yeah. We get introduced to someone who might be my favorite character in this episode.
Bijaz?
Bijaz.
Oh my
I
God.
Can we just have the same actor just move him right into Bijaz again?
He is the pinnacle of goofy shit.
I love Bijaz so much.
Hate him because here I am trying to take this seriously, and he's just like, here's this little person with a baby face, but he's old and his feet are giant,
And he's got riddles.
and he talks in riddles and songs.
I love Bijaz so much.
I hate him.
Shut up. My two sons, Edric and Bijaz.
Shut your mouth.
It's truly a wonderful character.
If they're gonna cut any character out of Denise, it's gonna be Bijaz.
It has to be. But like, who would fulfill that role? Because it's very necessary.
Get Tyrion in here.
Who's? I would fuck with a Peter Dinklage Bijaz. I'm not lying to you.
Oh, he would think that was beneath him.
Yeah. So, who's the guy? The very prominent little person that is always in a bunch of Star Wars stuff.
Are we talking about Warwick Davis?
Yes.
Oh,
That would be
I fuck
good.
with that dude.
I would
be good.
love a Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis is the shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, who's the guy who did a lot of the or did most of the Willy Wonka? Deep Roy.
He's very funny.
He's hilarious.
That actually might be appropriate here. No, that dude was hilarious because he also showed up in Eastbound and Down, I think.
Yeah.
And
He was in Big Fish.
Oh,
Had a
yeah.
fun part in Big Fish. A lot of good. So
he's fantastic.
G. Williams is the guy who plays Bijaz
He's only
here.
got 3 credits too.
3 credits, and this was the last one.
Yeah. He just did this and then fucked off.
Yep.
He was very good at this.
So
He
good.
So good.
looked very similar to what I had imagined, except I kind of imagined Bijaz in a court jester outfit.
It would have fit.
I mean, the hat that he wears at the end of the scene is kind of a
A little
court
bit.
Yeah, he speaks in these these quippy rhymes,
sing-song ass riddles and shit.
just like the Baron did. I feel that if he ever met the Baron, they would have been the best of friends.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Might have tried to fuck Bijaz.
Probably would have. Yeah.
Because he tried to fuck a lot of things from my recollection.
Ephraim's not doing great. He's very sick. He's got his head in a sling and he's coughing up stuff.
Such a goofy ass sling.
Yeah, he's worse for wear.
He's not doing so hot.
He's not, but he doesn't look as bad as he's described in the book. Like, he's described as very withered. I think, like, one side of his face where he might have been exposed to a weapon or something. But they did their best.
He
I
still had to
guess.
talk a little bit here.
He did.
So he explains the plot against Paul, and this is to Paul. And
Othium's not in Denis Dune at all. So how the fuck?
Wait, no?
No.
How do we know for sure?
He's never there by name.
What do you mean?
There is no Othium in Denis Dunes.
Like, do you mean according to IMDb or?
I mean, according to the 158 episodes of Dune Part 2 that we sat through. And
Oh, in the original. I thought
what
you
did-
were talking about 3.
no. In the
don't know
original,
yet.
there was no Othium.
No, there wasn't.
But he's there.
he would have cropped up in 2 had he been a part of it.
Yeah.
They
He's
could
replaced.
introduce him.
I guess he was just like, his character was, no, because, what's her name? Why am I blanking on her name? The like kind of stand-in foil to
what it was? Her
Chani.
name?
Shishkali.
Shishkali.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shishkali was just kind of like I said, the stand-in foil to Chani, not like any particular replacement for any other
Yeah,
character.
composite character. I don't. They could bring in Othium in part 3,
Yeah, I don't.
Because we have a cast for Farak, which I think is very interesting.
or maybe they
'Cause
double up those characters.
No, that wouldn't make any
that wouldn't
sense,
make
though,
any
because
sense.
Farak needs to be killed by Saitail.
I don't know.
Actually, that's a good point. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they would have cast a Farok.
Not only have they cast Farak, Farak is in like posters.
on movie posters.
Yeah. Like he's he's big in that he is the Fremen catalyst, but
But not a big part in the story itself.
unless they make it more about him,
It's possible that with all of the battle that we're seeing, he's going to play a more prominent role in the portion of the movie that comes before the story actually starts.
but we see Stilgar in those battle scenes, not Farak.
just from what we've seen so far.
True.
It'll be interesting.
Okay.
How am I going to take notes while I watch this movie?
This is why we're going to watch it 3 times before we talk about it. Spoilers. We're going to watch the movie 3 times and then we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, major spoiler warning.
That entire
Yeah.
weekend has been blocked out.
Good.
So, what's this little rhyme that Bajavs gives us?
He gives us
Bygones.
several.
Bygones are
Bygones
bygones.
would be bygones.
And Paul and Bajaz need to be gone, or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Which is very similar to what he says in the book.
There's the other thing too with like how Bijaz was like given to Othium.
Yeah, I'm a man, not a gift.
Yeah.
Was it easy to feed but hard to fill, or something
Yes.
like that?
Yeah.
I was like, good line, dude. Just sick burns. These not burns, it's like one-liners. I love them.
I love Bijaz so much.
So Paul and Bajaz leave because Bajaz is going to give his list of conspirators to Paul,
Correct.
but he's going to do it at the palace, not
Yep.
in the house. As they exit to an empty, quiet street, which is very ominous.
The wind is blowing and the ground is shaking.
Yep. And then we see the massive explosion of the stone burner.
Bijaz says something to the extent of there's like evil on the wind or something like that. And then
Demons in the wind, or
demon,
something,
yeah.
something like that.
And then just the giant pillar of fire.
Yep.
And he's just like, don't look at it, my lord. And what is Paul doing? But just what's this?
Yeah, Bajaz yells out, "Don't look at it." Paul stares directly at it, then gets him to cover. Just kind of tucks him away into a little alcove or hallway thing.
Paul tucks Bijaz in to protect him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, just fire and everything just like takes them over. Somehow that small change of location saves them from this thing which is called a stone burner.
Yes.
Zach, what is a stone burner?
It's a big old bomb. I didn't write notes on it.
Specifically an atomic?
I don't believe stone burners are atomics because the use of atomics on people.
I think that's how
breaks-
they get around it. It's
Yeah.
not necessarily an atomic.
Because that would break the Great Convention, which, like, even though Paul is the tyrant that he is, I don't think he ever uses atomics. Not on people. They use the atomics to break open the shield wall.
Sure, I think he does. I think he does use
At the end of Dune?
At the end of the first book, he definitely does, but it's not on people, so he kind of skirts around that rule.
Yeah.
I want to say it's mentioned in the throughout the Geon. He does because he renders planets uninhabitable.
Sterilized.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that is.
But then again, that could also be not on people.
Could be a bunch of different ways that they do it too. I mean, like,
This is a big old bomb.
Sure.
It is a big old bomb. I assumed it was an atomic because they mentioned J rays, the radiation. So I just
That's
thought,
what blinds you.
yeah, I thought because it emitted radiation, maybe it was some sort of.
Atomic adjacent.
but light is technically radiation, so
It's real bright,
It's real bright.
and if you look at it, the explosion, you will
it'll
go blind.
fuck your shit up,
got
and
it.
it fucks Paul up.
So moral of the story is, do not look at a stone burner.
No.
Nope, not good. Not good for the eyes.
Nope.
Speaking of eyes, one thing that we have yet to mention, the quality of the eyes of Ibad this time
Yes.
around,
So much better.
so much better.
Oh, well, I have it in my notes. My complaint: the eyes of Ibad are not blue.
They're a little purple here.
But by comparison to the ones in Dune,
Oh,
they are so much better.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, they're not the eyes of Ibad from Denis Dune.
No,
But-
which is how I pictured it when reading.
We'll have
Nor
to,
are they the eyes of Ibad from Lynch's Dune.
No. We'll have to check in with Dune Info to see if there's any behind the scenes talk on how they did the eyes here, because it definitely looks different.
Probably got better contacts.
Better yeah. So that's a practical effect in these shows. Yeah, that's not CG later, or at least for the first miniseries, it was a practical effect.
They basically had
serious?
held a blacklight behind the camera at all times.
And the actors were wearing UV contacts.
No fucking way.
It's really
That's
slick.
awesome.
Yeah. That's why sometimes you can see it, like they stop working if they're not at the right angle, like to the camera.
Or if they're too far.
Yeah.
Which is what eyes are supposed to do, kind of. Yeah.
So really, really neat work.
I've never heard of that being used. That's really neat.
I can see maybe this go around is a little bit more CG, or maybe CG enhanced, but
Sure. I'm sure there's something.
a lot of times you'll see just like half the eye will be the purple color, but the rest won't be. So maybe there's still some directional fuck ups or something. I don't know, but it definitely looks better.
We met this guy on Blue Sky, Dune Info, who has this entire website just dedicated to everything for all of the behind the scenes for Lynch, for Jodorowsky, for the sci-fi miniseries, for Denis.
Wow.
I think he also just has just general, like, an entire library of all sorts of Dune knowledge and everything.
That's awesome.
And he was kind enough to share like a ton of like production notes and everything.
He's got
He
binders.
has binders from like the actual production.
Did he work on any of the?
Nope,
No.
just a big fan.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
like he
Just
listened,
casually dropped like auction history for glow globes from previous
Like props.
yeah,
he was
an absolute legend.
Listened to the last episode. We talked a lot about the eyes, and he sends us this like obscure as fuck website article from one of the visual designers. It was like their personal blog from the early 2000s or
Oh
something.
my god.
And about like how they did it.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah.
That I mean,
Really, really cool stuff.
very passionate about practical effects, so that stuff like that makes me really happy.
Yeah, it's really cool how they did it.
So yeah, Paul's eyes, however, are no longer the blue within blue.
No.
They are just blacked out completely.
Yep.
And I kind of like the way that they did it in the miniseries.
Yeah, it's cool. There's no damage to his face. It's just all black eyes.
Yeah. We see Stilgar approach Paul, and he's obviously very distraught by everything that just happened to his number one bestie. But Paul's just like, bro, chill. It's fine. I can still like kind of see through my own visions and everything. So then there's the rumors of Paul's vision sight passing through the camps as Paul is directing aid towards, anyone else that may have been affected. And notably, Paul's just like, yeah, anyone that wants to slay Laxu eyes, just fucking
give it to him.
Get it.
Yep.
Yeah. He explains that the laws of the Fremen are no more, and that they're now under Atreides law.
So no one is to be sent out into the desert.
Correct.
Good for him. Maybe should have done that before.
A little while ago?
Yeah, maybe before you were personally afflicted by something that would have had you sent out to the desert.
Which is, again, as we discussed
Rules
previously,
for thee, not for me.
typical colonizer behavior.
Yep.
The next day, we see ornithopters touch down outside of the palace as Chani rushes to Stilgar. Irulan is standing next to Paul's bed as he lays there, surrounded by the doctors.
And she wordlessly says, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Irulan and Stilgar leave, and Paul and Chani embrace. Chani knew that Paul knew it would happen, and even calls him out on it. And Paul's just like, look, it had to happen at some point. So
Yeah.
I did my best.
And she says something here. Paul asked her to return to the Siege to have their kid.
Yep.
So her new lots of spice diet seems to be working. She is with child.
Yep.
And she says something here that I thought was really interesting. She says, "so little time," which is a nice little echo for what Leto said to Jessica before the Harkonnen attack.
She also expressed a similar sentiment in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, Leto's like, "I wish we had more time," right before their big thing.
Notably here, Paul says, for our son to be born at the Siege.
Mm-hmm.
Paul should not know that he has a son. Paul should only know that he has a daughter.
Correct.
We will get to those gripes again later on.
Alia meets with Bajaz, which is our next scene here.
I love this scene. First of all, Bajaz is playing like some future form of bocce or whatever.
He's just like, no, I know. I think he's a cat on the side of a pool table just knocking the balls around.
That's what it looked like. He was just sitting on top of it because he couldn't reach.
Right. Yeah.
ADA laws don't comply here anymore, or don't apply here anymore. So.
Not under this emperor, no.
He is so glib with Aaliyah here, and just they're going back and forth.
She's trying to go tit for tat with him, and he's just running circles around her.
Which pisses her off because she's still a child.
That's true. Yeah.
She calls him a freak of nature meant to trick and annoy.
Yeah, he's like, annoy, yes, trick, no.
Yeah.
Confuse, maybe, or something like that.
He
Does the
says
wind
that
confuse you?
he says that he's words in the wind, words that are names, names that are death. Poor Muad'Dib, poor Bajaz, betrayed and betrayer together at last. In like such a little sing-songy kind of.
It's very Rumpelstiltskin.
A little bit fairy tale.
Yeah.
I love Bajaz so much.
He then, like, it's right before this like part of the scene ends where he goes, "Let's start with your priest," or something like that. He gives up Korba. Is it this scene? Yeah, he gives the name, or he doesn't say Korba by name, but he says, "Let's start with your priest."
Yes.
Then Hate and Alia are out in the hallway, or a different part of the castle. He's starting to remember his past, or Duncan's past.
He does drop a weird. So Alia mentions something to the effect of Paul had another mentor in the past, and Hade is just like, Hawat.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, what the fuck just happened?
How do I know that?
Yeah.
And they kind of get into like a who had the worst pre-birth trauma measuring contest here.
Yeah. Well, there's also the whole like memories versus feelings argument that they have with each
Yeah.
other too. And Alia basically challenges him to just be like, try and have all these memories, motherfucker.
Right. And he's like, well, I was growing in a tank. And she's like, well, I was born before I was born.
Yeah.
So-
Don't call me a child.
Right. What a good match those two are.
Yeah.
Sure. Definitely.
I didn't love that they didn't make his eyes weird.
Yeah.
That bothered me because they still included the line from Alia that was just like, what do those eyes see? And that doesn't make as much sense if his eyes aren't different than everybody
Legolas,
else's.
what them eyes see.
What them eyes see.
Yeah, that's true.
I bet that they probably tried with the same practical effects and couldn't get it either to work or to be different enough.
Yeah.
But also the actor just kind of has gray eyes to begin with.
A little bit.
But they should be very mechanical and very...
They're supposed to be metalized. They keep referring to them as metalized
Yeah.
in the book.
And they don't really do that too much for Jason Momoa's either. They're just silver irises, and that's about it. Come on.
We've already gotten the Tleilaxu eyes in Prophecy. So there's
So you know how to do it.
yeah.
Who had the Tleilaxu eyes?
Mr. fucking
yeah,
think about burning people. Guy.
Yeah, his one weird
one
eye.
weird eye.
Yeah. Okay.
So it can
But
be done.
his also looks more like the one that they have for Duncan and Denise.
Okay, so maybe they're bringing that over.
It was just crazy, like lazy eye that he had going on. So
After this, we get a quick scene of Wincisia. Is that right? Wincisia? Yeah. She's feeding her crows, and she gets an update on the plan. Mm-hmm. And they're all dressed in black, so we know they're the villains.
evil.
And that's pretty much all that we get in that scene. Did y'all catch a name for this guard that's with her? Is that the same guy who was training Farad'n?
I did not notice.
Okay, I don't think he ever gets named, or I didn't notice if he did.
No. They didn't mention anyone directly. But we do know that Scytale and Bijaz are still pieces on the board, so not all hope is lost.
For their plan. Yep.
Yeah. Then
Cut to.
we go to Caladan
Yes, we
for the
do.
first time in this series.
Yes.
Because remember, Dune
Starts
starts
on the Highliner.
on the Highliner, yeah.
Yep. And we see Jessica, which is another one of these recasts from the first miniseries. Mm-hmm. This is an actress by the name of Alice Kriege, Krige. I've seen a lot of this actress.
She is also one of those, hey.
Well, specifically, she has a massive role in Star Trek.
Okay.
She is the Borg Queen. In pretty much from Voyage or from Star Trek First Contact through to current day. She plays the Borg Queen in voices, in the cartoons and video games, everything. She's also, she has a mile-long IMDb list as well. But as soon
Do
as
you
I saw
see her as anything other than that then?
well, I'm not used to seeing her with a full head of hair and most of a body. The Borg Queen's
and
usually
not covered in
Most of a body.
not covered in other Borg things. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But I recognized the face, and I was like, ooh, where do I know her from? Where do I know her from? Yeah, she's our lovely Borg Queen.
Notably, Gurney Halleck is still played by P.H. Moriarty. However, Gurney Halleck now has his gross appearance and scar and like his fucked up eye and everything.
Yep.
That he did not have before. So, love to see that he's a little more accurate now.
12 Years of War will do that to a guy.
We do not go to Caladan in the book. I hate being this person.
No,
This
this is
is-
what we're
In the book.
This is why we do this, and we're going to be doing it even more because guess what? We go to Caladan, or seemingly go to Caladan in Denis' movie. for the one scene that we have Jessica in.
That's interesting. Jessica only shows up in this story in the form of a letter sent to Alia. But from my recollection, neither Jessica nor Caladan come up until Children of Dune.
Yeah, they have a very important part in that.
Yes,
But
they were notably
they basically
absent from
don't
this story.
exist in Messiah.
No.
Yeah. I think the scene, so we know that there's only one scene with Rebecca Ferguson because she herself has said, I was only there for like a day or two shooting. I'm fine with that.
I just like Jessica Ferguson.
Jessica Ferguson?
Did I say it again?
Rebecca.
Yeah, you said it again.
God damn it. I went to high school with a girl named Jessica Ferguson, and it just will always come out. I like Rebecca Ferguson.
I like her so much. There's something very severe about her face that appeals to me.
Speaking of Rebecca Ferguson, we got a date for Silo Season 3.
Sir.
I know this isn't a Silo podcast, but
July, isn't it July?
Yep.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
so go listen to the Lorehounds because I'm sure Alicia will have tons of content about Silo.
My husband spent most of last year reading through all of the books.
They're great.
He enjoyed them. He got through them very quick. So he's like 10 toes in for Silo.
It's they're some of my favorite books I listen to the books. I don't read a lot of books, but some of my favorite to listen to.
Yeah.
They do a really, really good job on the audiobooks, but just the story itself is just an easy one to get through. Not that it lacks substance. It's just written in a really good way that you can get through the books really easy.
Maybe I'll pick it up at some point. But I selfishly, I do enjoy the Atlanta angle as I do as I do with any media that comes up.
Right. I wonder if they're going to. I think they're going to take that spin in the show as well. It's not. Like
I don't know because
they have to because they keep alluding to Georgia with that one book that gets passed around.
That is true. Yeah,
So,
that's very true. But it's not a big part of the story. It's just the place setting.
It is a place setting.
Happens to be.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is not a Silo podcast.
No.
Back to Dune Messiah. We are almost done. So we have the fucked up Gurney Halleck.
Yep.
We have Jessica, who has been recast.
Yep.
And Jessica is like, I need to get to Arrakis. And Gurney's like, hold your fucking horses. Paul's a big boy. If he needed you, he would have called you.
Yep.
And that's like, all this. And that's all this scene is here.
She goes, oh, fine.
God.
Then Paul's talking to Haight about some stuff. When the news breaks, Shaddam has died.
Well, Paul is lost in his trance listening to Leto again. Leto's hitting him with the we go forward, we come back, we go forward, we come back. Don't be afraid, Father. The answer's right in front of you. The golden path. You must decide it is the only way.
I must have just zoned out on these visions because I have no recollection of that one.
They just moved around so much. Made me a little dizzy, especially with the terrible quality that I was watching. Made it easy to just kind of tune out.
Yeah. But yes, Duncan is standing right in front of him. Duncan says, he's just like, what troubles you? Paul says, the future. Duncan says, you're drunk on too much time. And Paul says, I'm drunk on too much me.
Self-aware, I guess.
Fuck does that mean?
He's an egomaniac.
Yeah.
He really is.
Paul tells Duncan that he knows why Duncan is here, which is to kill Paul. And Duncan's like, is it obvious? And Paul's like, yeah, it's obvious to anyone that can fucking see. And then, yes, Stilgar brings news of Shaddam's death to Paul. When Sissia and Irulan are the only people there at Shaddam's funeral. Notably, Shaddam is still wearing the same clothes that we saw him in at the end of Dune, which I thought was funny. And when Sissia is all pissed off about how there's no other houses that could have been there, and Irulan's only response to her is, bitch, I've been sacrificing so much, I don't want to hear you complaining.
Right. I'm assuming this does not play out in the book like this. Again,
when Sissy is not.
Well, I know, but like even just like the funeral or Shaddam dying.
I don't even recall him dying in the book. Or
Yeah,
any
I think
mention.
they just kind of assume that he's cooked.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't come up.
Okay. There we go. Then.
Yep. But they use this moment to bring out Wincisia's plan to capture a worm to bring it to Salusa Secundus to try and fracture the monopoly on spice generation. And then we get to see some worm action, and this is our only worm action of this.
We get a montage scene here. They're setting up the worms coming in. They got the thumper going. Tales old as time, a moat. You know?
Who'd have thought a little bit of water in a ditch?
Now they always forget about the Z-axis in these kinds of things. Though. You know, it's a thing that you got to watch out for when you have a tunneling creature.
Well, seemingly the worm forgot about the
That's what I'm
Z-axis
saying.
too.
Yeah, they forgot about it because you could have gone straight down, buddy.
I will say the worm didn't look terrible.
The worms in these miniseries are good.
They're good. They look how I imagined. Not quite as good as the Villeneuve worms,
Sure.
but
It's an evolution of the Lynch ones.
Yes.
For sure. They're definitely more rugged and dangerous than the Lynch ones, but they still maintain the three mouth portions and everything. So
When we were talking with David on our last episode
from the Lorehounds.
from the Lorehounds, or episode 2 episodes ago.
2,
Sorry,
yeah.
Gosh. We talked about how Lynches were silly. The worms there were kind of silly.
All of Lynch's film was silly.
Not saying bad, it was just silly. The worms in Villeneuve's are more of like a part of the ecosystem.
Yes.
You know, they're not malicious by intent. They're just
No.
like these thunderous pieces of nature that you interact with every now and again.
right.
The ones in this are actively scary.
Yes.
Like they are trying to get you. It's almost like like the alien inner mouth thing that comes out. These are a lot scarier, a lot more menacing creatures.
They are. But I did enjoy the look of them.
Yeah, they're good.
We
But
see
they get it. They capture it. The big ass ship comes in.
Yeah.
Picks it up on some nets, and we do get to see the worm claim a couple lives here because I guess it's 2 people trying to anchor the tow cables.
They go flying, one of them in his mouth.
Yep.
Kind of disappointed we didn't get a Wilhelm scream out of it.
It's got something close to it.
Close to it, but it wasn't a Wilhelm.
Right.
We don't have this scene in the book. All we have is during Corba's trial that Aaliyah is presiding over. We just have the statement, and now they've stolen a worm from the desert, taken it to another world.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we got a visual representation of it.
It was good.
It's always good to get some worm.
Yes.
We love worms.
I think there would have been riots had there not been at least one worm scene in this show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Riots of the 10 people watching sci-fi.
Right.
Yeah.
There's dozens of us. When they were hauling the worm away, it kind of reminded me of when you see like marine biologists with like a dolphin in the
Yes.
Sling.
in the sling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Very much like it.
reminiscent of Free Willy, if you will.
Ah, yeah. See, my mind went to Star Trek: The Voyage Home, or the one with the whales.
Oh my god.
Can we get? I want fan art of like a Fremen jumping, but instead of Free Willy, it's a Shai Hulud.
That would be great.
That would be fantastic.
Listeners,
The
get on
shittier
it.
the fan art is, the better.
Yes. I can't draw, so listeners, please get on it.
I can only draw dicks and smiley faces, so
Sometimes smiling dicks.
occasionally.
So yeah, after the worm heist, basically, Paul gets news of Chani's accelerated pregnancy. It's becoming dangerous to her, and they both leave for the siege, or they make plans to leave for the siege.
Yep.
We get to see Alia having a real freak out moment here.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
Paul sends Duncan to let Alia know that
Yep.
he's leaving.
Hate does not understand what is happening here.
What the fuck?
He has not really come to terms with this part of her being preborn.
Right.
And she says she's trying to remember the future. She says that a couple of times, which I think is a pretty cool line. B Jazz is there.
Of course he is.
My boy is just hanging out,
Yep.
and he does this weird like time freeze where Alia also freezes, but
Yeah.
Hate is completely like frozen, and he's just like there completely like messing with Hate, but then drops the Paul will come to you at his lowest and say she is gone,
And that's your
and
trigger.
that's your trigger. Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that he dropped this little lore nugget on us that he and Hate were grown in the same tank. Same
Yep.
tank at the same time, kind of thing, or one after another.
B Jazz was first.
Okay.
Yes. And that is mentioned in the book when they're having this exchange.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
We're
It's-
basically brothers.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's what allows him to have that connection to be able to fuck with Hate as much as he does.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Ollie wakes up. So time starts back. B Jazz is gone, and
Duncan immediately fucks Alia.
well, we don't see it on screen, but Ollie wakes
Heavily
up.
implied.
Yep, and they start smooching. Good for them.
She's still a child.
They're trauma bonding.
Very much so.
She's a child.
Yes.
He's a zombie.
Yep.
Tale as old as time.
Beauty and the Beast.
In the next scene, Paul confronts Irulan about the poison. It starts off that way, and then it quickly shifts into, "Hey, we've kind of treated you like shit for a long time, even though you deserved it." But and then he points out the irony of like, by the way, Chani probably would have been dead
Right.
had you not
Sabotaged her.
have sabotaged it. So you've honestly helped me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've helped prolong her life.
Yep.
And then Paul gives Irulan a big old kiss.
I viewed this as a spite kiss
Sure.
more than
Yeah, it was not loving at all because guess what? Paul does not give a shit.
He doesn't. I saw this more as him sort of absolving himself for the way that he treated her. Because he had to know he wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he knows this is the last time he's seeing all of these people.
Right.
Well-
Seeing in quotes.
It was.
Oh my god.
It was sort of a way to seal her Stockholm syndrome, I guess, where
Sure.
the last memory of him is, oh, he wasn't that bad.
Okay. She does write very favorably about him in all the little excerpts.
She does. She does. After this.
Fair enough.
Well, she still has plenty of parts to play.
She
My-
does indeed.
My question was this the first time they've kissed?
Probably not unless like if a kiss is required as like a part of the marriage ceremony.
Yeah, we don't mean.
Which we don't really know anything about that,
Yeah.
do we?
Unless the encyclopedia.
Not that I've read.
Yeah.
She was very shocked by it.
She was.
That's the only reason I'm like, was this maybe the first time they've ever actually kissed?
Probably.
I would be willing to say yes. I don't recall that happening in the book. I don't.
Certainly the first time in years,
Yeah.
if ever.
But we cut back outside. The crews are loading up the ornithopters to take them back down south.
Stilgar's just like, do you really need to bring the face dancer and like directly behind them, by the way, do you really need to bring the face dancer and the dwarf?
Yeah.
And Paul's like, yeah, they have a part to play.
Yes. Well, he brings more than that. Here's a list of everybody that he brings on this journey with him. It's himself and Chani, Stilgar and Stilgar's favorite wife, if he has more than one.
Get it?
Sure.
Gaius Helen Mohayim, Scytale, Bijaz, Alia, Duncan, Edric, Lichna, and Irulan.
Though notably, Alia is left behind here.
Alia's left behind here, which is strange because she plays a part in the climax.
Sure. In the climax of this, Alia's role is to clean up the loose ends.
Yes.
Basically, he's just like, be my Gestapo here, and
Pretty much.
yeah,
And that she does.
she does it incredibly well. She utilizes a woman of the night to capture,
Or to distract Korba.
sure, catch him in a compromising situation, mid-coitus, perchance.
You can't just say perchance, man. You can't just say perchance.
Being a prude, I'm going to say that was highly unnecessary.
What, the sex scene?
The sex scene. It's not
Oh,
the
you
book.
missed the William Hurt sex scene.
Oh, I don't want to see that or think about it. Ugh. Gross.
We'll watch it later.
Slow motion.
I hate that guy.
Why do you hate William Hurt?
I think he was an abusive piece of shit.
Okay.
I don't know much about him
Yeah.
personally.
And he's not a very good actor.
See, Lost in Space was one of my favorite movies growing up. And he's the dad in the 90,
I
99.
enjoyed Lost in Space, sure.
Yeah.
I just never cared for him. And then I found out I had a good reason to not care for him, so.
Fair enough. Okay. So back out at the Siege, Chani is reminiscing about her childhood.
Poking at a scorpion.
Yeah, we used to catch these things all the way out here.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
Hate comes out and he's like, "Hey, shouldn't you be inside? You're incredibly pregnant." And she's like,
Nah.
well, then she says, we are reminded of who her father is.
Yep.
We're reminded that her father has Liet Kynes, and she even says the thing that he says right before he dies, "I am a desert creature." So I love that continuity that they wove through here.
I'm a desert creature. I know when to hide.
Yep. Love it. I love that line. Hate starts to remember a little bit more. He calls Paul Paul, which is something Duncan would have done, not the Mentat. They would have said, Duke or whatever.
Yep.
But he's starting to doubt the validity of these memories. He thinks that they are, or he's suspicious that there may just be like implants from the creators, from the Tleilaxu.
In the book, he blurts out young master when referring to Paul, and that's something that Alive Duncan called Paul, and that was sort of a first step into recovering memories.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's cool to see him kind of slowly come back.
I hope they drop a my boy.
You hope they what?
So in Denise part 1, Duncan always calls Paul my boy.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope they drop a my boy.
Yeah. That would be sweet.
Yeah. It looks like you put on some muscle. I did?
No.
No.
That man is made of charisma.
I know.
Jesus.
We've said this so many times, but there are some points in the movies where the dialogue really sticks out. It's clunky and it's not of the story.
It's very like modern stuff.
It's the Marvelization of all movies.
Right.
They all just have to have those quippy little things.
What are you guys talking about?
You good? Anyways, that joke is one of them. Even though I like that line, it's very funny.
Yeah.
That's still kind of one of those.
But that's something you would expect from like Duncan, though.
In this interpretation of Duncan, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, we're almost there, guys. We get a montage. We get another montage with some banging music, by the way. I don't know if y'all actually listen to the song. that was playing during this? What?
Go on. I was just going to say, in my notes, it says, Chani is giving birth and Enya is blasting over PA.
John? Montage of Chani giving birth, Enya playing in the background.
Let's go!
Shut up. Just get married already.
Now, this is not Enya. This is a song written for this show.
They couldn't afford Enya.
No, probably not.
Especially in 2003?
Oh, bitch was at the
Absolutely
top
not.
of her game.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho.
Who can say?
The song is called Inama Nushif. It was written specifically for this scene. It is written in the Fremen language. The lyrics that you're hearing is Fremen language in quotes, pieced together from bits that did actually appear in the books and bits that were from the encyclopedia.
That's cool.
Way more effort than I would have expected
Yeah.
from a miniseries.
It's a pretty. I mean, I listened to a number of the soundtrack, like songs on the soundtrack. Pretty good. It's a pretty good soundtrack, but this is like the big one. This is where all
Right.
the effort went into. Yeah, and it's
Hans Zimmer, eat your heart out.
but so on the Dune wiki they have a translation of the lyrics, and it's all about how she will be remembered forever, and it's kind of just telling you what's happening in the scene, which is also very cool, very good effort for this. It's on YouTube, so go look it up. Inama Nushif. Yeah, so in this montage, we get various shots of the characters. Like John said earlier, this is really where all the loose ends get tied up.
Yep.
And the children are being born. Now, specifically, Edric gets arrested.
Arrested. He gets killed.
Well, the
He
first
gets
shot,
arrested first, and then we
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, I'm going in order, man. Yes, Edric is arrested and killed. Korba is killed very brutally, by the way. He's live water extraction, which
Yeah.
is fucked.
That's harsh.
Well, he did request that he be judged in the Fremen way,
That's true.
and this is it, buddy.
That's true.
Gaisan Moheim, still in prison. Oops, just kidding. She got stabbed
By Stilgar.
by Stilgar, which is that how she meets her end?
Yes.
Okay, that is it. Okay.
Stilgar kills her, even though Paul told him not to, but he decides to take liberties.
Okay. Good for him.
Yeah.
Chani is having the very rough birth. She's in a lot of pain. So we get like clips of that. And then the only other like clips that we get is Irulan just feeling lonely, I guess.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
just kind of laying by herself, I guess,
Yeah.
ruminating on
Everything.
everything, like, but she barely did anything in this story.
Right.
So, like, what is it that you're ruminating on? You weren't a part of the conspiracy. That was your sister.
Yeah. That's
It
one
would
of
have
the
made more sense if she was part of the conspiracy.
Right.
That's one of the downstream things that I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Notably, Paul is being a deadbeat ass dad and is just meditating,
Outside. Yeah.
having a cigarette.
Doing his white boy thing.
It's the most 1950s dad.
It is.
ever.
It very much is. My qualm with this scene is, like, it's nothing canonically related, but with the Fremen described the way that they are more in tune with their environment and just more natural, she would be giving birth squatting. She absolutely would be giving birth
Yeah,
squatting.
who was it?
Louis the 14th?
Yeah, with his weird fetish of watching births. And it's
That's-
like, brother.
That is what I've heard. I don't know if that's like apocryphal or if that's a thing.
I don't know, but we do it that way because of him, and yeah, it's weird.
That is also the story that I've heard. So I think any sort of indigenous population, I don't think would subscribe to that method of birth.
I don't know.
I just,
I don't know much about this. So I'm
all
gonna
all
stay
three of
shut.
us, all three of us just have cats, so
We do.
they are my children.
They're my kids. I refer to them as the kids.
So it's oof. a very, very, very rough birth, and she is drained of all energy at the end of it.
Yes.
Hate comes in and I guess delivers that news to Paul. Not that she's still alive, but she is very, very weakened right now.
But the children are alive and strong, a boy and a girl. And,
Huh?
and
What?
Paul's like, I never saw a girl. And it's like,
That's all you saw.
okay, motherfucker. Yeah, all right. We're there now.
Yes.
I'm not going to yell super loud, but like, fuck. Like, oh my God. I get it. You have a James McAvoy and you want to use every possible chance you can to use James McAvoy. But
What, the father used my eyes?
But that, like,
We'll get there. The fact that it's not the daughter that he sees the whole time.
yeah, it's just like, come on.
Yeah.
And also, like, they're both preborn,
Yes.
but Leto's prescience is so much stronger, so he should not be seen.
Right.
It breaks some internal canon.
Yeah.
It does.
It does.
For not a lot of payoff, really.
Right.
It breaks internal canon, but also I'm sitting here thinking, like, does it actually matter?
No.
Yeah,
No.
it
I
doesn't.
I don't think it matters
So-
at all. And that's why I keep like harking on. Well, just because they paid for James, they're gonna get a McAvoy if they pay for him. And because I can't see any other reason for them to make that change.
Yeah, that's...
And, like, as much as I love both Leto and Ganima, they had plans for a God Emperor miniseries. So
I think
they
it was
wanted
more,
to make him
more
the
so
more...
to let us know that this was going to be an important character going forward. I
Yeah.
think in furtherance of the overall narrative, not necessarily just the Messiah,
Yeah.
but it is still a choice that pissed me off, even if it makes sense in the grand scheme of their production.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. All right, the time has come. Chani is dying.
Yep.
She calls for Paul. Tender moment, and she dies.
So sad.
Wrong.
Wrong. How does it happen?
She's already dead by the time he gets in there.
Okay, so this is just for
So
the
this
audience.
this was just for TV
This was just
to
for
have
TV.
a moment. I will say, Alec Newman did a very good job with his with this scene here, with the whole, like, beloved, forgive me. There are some things no one can bear, problems in the universe for which there are no answers. But yeah, watching like her death and then him just like freak out because he no longer has his vision sight.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was good.
That was good. That was good.
And it does set up for Father Use My Eyes.
Yeah. Another place where they fumbled is they had her scream Muad'Dib.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what she screamed. She screamed Usul. That was the last thing that
Which
she
makes
said.
so much more sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing she yelled before she expired, I think is the only way to describe it, because they were just like, she's drained. She's no longer here because she's drained.
Damn. Yeah, Usul would have made a lot more sense.
Given that they're back in the siege.
And and that's like his name to her.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Ugh. So Paul's vision goes black, like you were saying. He stumbles over to Hate. And
She's
says,
gone.
She's gone. She's gone. And that's his Manchurian Candidate activation phrase.
Correct.
And starts to draw his knife. Surprise. Doesn't put it into Paul's back like he was originally going to. He just like throws it and it goes straight into Bajaz's neck.
Fucking ninja stars it right into.
And this is my favorite death in this episode. John, can I make a request for thumbnails?
Just be jazz with the fucking
Well, just go frame by frame on that scene of him dying.
Okay.
There's some good face work in this.
Oh yeah.
That actor was really fantastic.
He's so good.
I don't know what I'm going to use for the thumbnail for this one yet.
Give that a look and see if it passes your tests, if it's up to snuff. Because I think it's a strong contender.
For what it's worth, Bitch Eyes actually dies after Sidetail.
Oh yeah.
But
Yep.
Same kind of death, same gruesome, or just
it's not described very well.
Okay.
Just Duncan just goes, I did him a kindness.
Yeah.
okay. Fair enough.
It's definitely not, spin Paul around and throw your knife perfectly into his neck from
No.
across the room.
Well, we got some dramatic flair on it in this one.
Sure. And then Sidetail makes his third appearance.
When he's like, he is the antagonist in this
And he
story.
doesn't even like reveal that he's a face dancer. He's just there.
Well, he's the girl first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
he does.
he's the
He
girl
does.
first, and then he does the Scooby-Doo mask.
Yep.
That is true. I forgot. He also, while he's fucking with Paul's head, being all excited that Duncan Idaho has all of his memories back and everything, fucks with his own voice to sound like Chani and
Yes.
everything. I thought that was
That
cool.
was neat. That was
Yeah.
very neat.
Yeah, and he's offering. So Duncan's memories are back at this point.
Yeah.
And he's like, hell
Back
yeah,
again.
proof of concept
Perfect.
worked. We can do this now. By the way, I'm going to make a sales pitch now that we know it works.
Look, I know you're real sad right now, but hear me out, brother. Hear me out. You got 5 minutes? Hear me out.
We can clearly bring people back to life. I hear you just had a loved one die. Let's make this happen, Captain.
We can make her better if you want.
And Paul's like, how can you talk to someone who's in the time of grief? He's like, this is the perfect time to close the sale.
Which is what I imagine funeral directors do when they're trying to sell you caskets.
It's not dissimilar.
Oh, Jesus, no.
I've met some predatory ones, but
Oh.
they're not dissimilar.
That was meant to be a joke.
I'm sorry, it's not.
Throughout all of this, Paul is also having, visions of another future where Chani is alive and, they're both raising both of the children together and everything.
Yeah.
But then Leto interferes with those visions and is like, Dad, get your shit together. Look through my eyes.
Which is so cheesy.
Yeah.
And then Baby Vision apparently is only in black and white.
Yeah, you have to grow into color.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but that's real in real life, too.
Is it?
Oh,
Babies
is it?
don't see color.
Oh, that's weird.
Hell, I was just joking, but
I don't remember.
I learned this at a baby shower yesterday.
oh, okay. Well, there you go. Look at them being
That would
somewhat
explain
accurate.
why like a lot of very early like baby toys and things are black and white.
I always view them as like very vibrant colors.
That. What black and white baby toys were you seeing?
What childhood did you have, John?
Maybe that explains the autism.
John was raised in a black and white world until he's 15.
No color allowed.
Oh, Jesus.
So, Paul looks through the eyes of his child and is able to locate himself in the space.
Yep.
Yes.
Gives him enough of a
He triangulates his position.
like he does a prescient form of echolocation, I guess. And
Suddenly grows these giant bat ears.
yeah, that's what the hats are for.
Ah, okay.
And then he weirding ways his way over to Sidetail, takes the knife, and with next to no effort, it looks like, stabs him in stop stabbing yourself kind of thing into the stomach.
Yeah. And then Sidetail goes,
Yeah, and that is the end of Sidetail.
yep.
We hardly knew ye.
We truly hardly knew him.
Paul is freaking out about the children. Duncan tells Paul that the children are safe. And then Paul says, I meddled in the future, in all possible futures, trying to create them. Instead, they created me, and I became trapped by it. And then Leto, a vision of Leto, teenage Leto on the side, says, yes, but knowing there's a trap is the first step in evading it, the first step on the golden path. Don't be afraid, Father. The answer is right in front of you. Paul says, finally, I am free.
Which is... Oh, okay, so...
Paul's running away from his problems.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, more than that, he has now saddled his kids
with his problems
with the
and is
burden
now
of
running
all the
away.
jihad that he has created. So fucking stupid.
With no other choice but to follow the golden path,
Yeah.
Which Leto happily does.
Yeah, but he didn't have a choice.
he didn't.
I know.
He really didn't. And Paul was too much of a coward to see that through.
Yep.
Yep.
Best Dad Award goes to Paul.
Oh my God.
Paul is not a deadbeat in the slightest.
Nope. It's like, peace out, y'all. I'm going to go wander the desert.
Yep. You'll
And he does.
You'll be raised by this stepmother who tried to kill your mom, and my crazy sister.
Yep.
Who definitely won't try and do anything fucked up to you at all.
No.
Also, your aunt is gonna try and do some weird shit too.
Everybody's gonna try to do some weird shit.
Grandma's gonna show up.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Only really hang out with your sister though.
Right.
So, you know.
Good childhood ahead of these kids.
Oh, sure.
Can't wait to see it.
We are going to separate the two of you.
Oh yeah, because why would you want to be together?
One
as
of you is going to
twins?
go through this incredibly painful transformation.
Yep.
And you're going to eat this weird slop for a while.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You know, we'll talk about it.
So Irulan starts to narrate the outro. We get the first little part of it here. And Paul walks off into the desert.
Muad'Dib is gone, but his children remain and conspiracies continue to breed. The saga of Dune is far from over.
Yes.
Charlie,
Well, we get one more glimpse of a worm before the thing
do.
That is
before
true.
it closes out.
We do. That was a good one.
We have a cliffhanger. Does the worm eat Paul?
It looks like it just fell on him.
Yeah. Who knows?
But who knows? Well, we know. But
Yeah.
people back in 2003 didn't know.
Maybe
they
the pre.
didn't.
Well, they did, if they read the books.
You know they didn't.
That's not true. You think the people that weren't absolutely fucking like jonesing for this weren't just all over the books?
I
Come
just
on.
assume most people don't read.
And now, yes. 2003?
That's fair.
The saga of Dune is far from over.
That's I liked that sentiment because it's very true.
Yeah.
This was not a good adaptation, I'm afraid.
It was worse. It was worse than the previous miniseries for sure.
Yes.
The problem that I have with it is that I don't have anything to compare it to.
That's fair. That's fair. There's a lot that they left out. Paul is basically tortured by this vision that he has of the moon falling, and he's trying to make sense of it. And we have no mention of that
Right.
in here. It's like it is paining him. What does this mean? Does this mean the Fremen will fall? Does this mean something will happen to Chani? In the book, he doesn't see any visions, doesn't see any visions of the children necessarily, nothing specifically. Definitely doesn't have imaginary conversations with his son that he doesn't know exists.
Yeah. His son's not speaking to him through time.
No, sure isn't. And my biggest qualm has to be the fact that we had no explanation of the conspiracy, which I consider to be the plot
Yeah.
of this story.
Well, I mean, the book literally opens with the whole prologue of here is the conspiracy.
Right.
Yeah.
Here is why.
It's like court transcripts or something. Like that.
Here's why. Pretty much, because it's all from Irulan's writings, but here's why Gaius Helen Mohiam is important. Here's why Irulan's important. Here's why
Right.
Scytale's important on several levels, and here's why Edric is important.
Right.
And then we also get so much more Scytale in the book, like even in the prologue, we get Scytale's own thoughts about Edric. And spoilers, Scytale does not like Edric.
No.
At all. Which is part of the reason why, and you and I have had this discussion already, why I believe the casket is not for Duncan, but it is for Scytale, because in the trailer, Scytale looks on that casket with disgust. And I don't think a Tleilaxu would see their own creation as a disgusting thing.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, we don't get that back and forth between Edric and Paul, which I thought was important. I guess it's not terribly consequential to the story, but
you do have some kind of verbal chess going on between the two of them.
You do, and it
would be our first time seeing two prescients talking with each other, because we did not have Hasimir Fenring in part 2, which continues to piss me off.
I know,
because Tim Blake Nelson would have been fucking awesome in that role.
I love him in everything, but yeah, we don't get any of that, which I think is really good to establish how Paul feels about everything that's happening around him, and how, despite claiming that he's not a fan of what's happening, he refuses to really do anything about it. And it helps to understand why the guild is kind of not in this hierarchy, sort of. Like, they are definitely their own thing, which is why Edric feels comfortable talking to the Emperor this way, because what's he going to do, operate without me?
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot that was left out, and I just don't think it told the story very well.
In fairness, this is a TV show with an 1.5 hour long slot.
That's true.
What we will be seeing in December will probably be anywhere from 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So there will be more time for that stuff.
Yeah.
But
no, it's just an hour of battle at first.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what I worry about.
That's what it's, and I don't want that. I want the meat and potatoes.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I wanted to ask you, since you're our guest here, because Zach and I have kind of talked about this a little bit, but given the ages of the actors for Leto and Ghanima, do you think they're just going to try and copy paste what happened here with Paul having visions of the two of them? Because in the trailer, we know that Chani is pregnant. We see that she's pregnant. We see Paul and Chani having the discussions about the naming of the children. But if they're teenagers, like, do you think they will maybe start stepping toes into children? Do you think it's just going to be these prescient visions and then move on from there?
I think it's going to be visions. I think I was watching something, and one of these content creators, their take on the part of the trailer that showed Chani on a worm with the Chris knife, they assumed it was some kind of vision of the children attacking Chani on the worm.
Interesting.
Which I think...
because they are the thing that does kill Chani.
Right, which I think lends itself to prescient vision. Like, I think that might be the only thing that sort of makes sense for having such adult children.
Yeah. I mean, in the actors who are playing the kids,
mid-teenage-ish.
Yeah, well, I was thinking just like from a history standpoint, like they're one of them is not a very accomplished actor. Doesn't have a lot of like titles under the belt.
Aren't they both Jason Momoa's kids?
No,
one of them is.
One of them is.
The son.
The son is what I'm talking about. I think this might be
his first role. Yeah, it is. It is a nepo baby role for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that means he has no dialogue,
or very little, if anything.
Yeah.
The actress playing Ghanima, excuse me, is
Ghanima.
Was it right the first time?
Yeah.
Ghanima. Okay. The actress playing Ghanima was in Silo. She's young Shirley in Silo. Yeah. So she's good. We've seen her on screen before.
We've seen her many times on screen before.
I hope that indicates that when Paul is having visions about his children, that is who he sees.
That would be great.
That would be great.
So we got a lot to look forward to. We have to do ratings, and we've just crossed over 3 hours of record time, so we need to do ratings.
Oh. Out of how many?
How many Shai-Hulud's out of 10?
Out of 10?
Out of 10 Shai-Hulud's. Clearly you're not a fan of the things that they've left out.
I'm not. I'm gonna have to give it a 4.
A 4.
Okay,
Okay.
respectable.
That's pretty low. Not a bad thing though, because
Rate
to
with
your
heart,
point,
John. Don't comment on her rating. You rate with your heart.
You comment on my ratings all the time,
because you're
motherfucker.
stupid.
Fuck you. I was gonna say, but it's justifiable because you have read and then watched,
Right.
and there's a lot, to your point, that is left out and missing. I'm not gonna go so 4 is so 4 is a low, so low is a 4, but I think I'm probably sitting like a 6.5.
Okay.
Completely sidelining Scytale sucks.
That I
It
think
really does.
that's the thing that I had the second biggest problem with.
Yeah.
The whole seeing Leto versus seeing Ghanima thing, in case you couldn't tell throughout all of this, like, not my favorite decision.
No.
But I get it. You're paying for James McAvoy. Even at this time, he's a younger actor that doesn't really have as many accolades, but he is important for children. So you need to kind of establish him as, I guess, the more important of the twins.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot that's missed out. I, for this, read through all of Messiah before we, sat down to talk about it and everything. So a lot of those changes are fresh in my mind as well. Yeah, I think I'm thinking 6.5 ish.
I think for context on my rating, I would give Dune Part 2 a 9. And
Denise Dune Part 2? Really?
Yeah.
I was not kind to it.
No?
Yeah. Skipping out on the time skip and on young Alia and all of the
ending screwed it for us.
It definitely did, but I think I was able to appreciate it just as a visual medium.
Okay.
Sure.
As a movie,
That makes sense.
it was a pretty tight narrative.
Sure. As a movie for
Right.
a very wide audience, it was very good.
Right.
But as a Dune fan, it was not.
As a Dune fan, there was obviously too much left out, and I think I would have given this one a higher rating had it been a better movie.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Which it didn't tell the story well, nor was it a good movie. So
It was a great movie for a shoestring budget in 2003.
they did their best. I'm surprised they decided to adapt this at all.
The fact that it exists is a marvel.
Kudos for
Yeah.
even attempting this.
Yeah.
Well, they were supposed to do a God Emperor after this.
How were they going to do a God Emperor?
I have no idea.
So much more CGI.
I would love a modern anthology God Emperor,
Okay.
like a miniseries from HBO.
It would have to be if you're trying to cover 3,500 years.
I'd say go full animated. Just get a good animator in there.
I think animation is the way to go.
Yeah.
Or just have H. John Benjamin voice Leto.
Oh my god.
Bob the God Emperor?
Archer the God Emperor.
He's Bob in my house.
All right. A little bit of both.
He's been Bob longer,
Sure.
but
6.
6?
Yeah.
All right.
I have not read Messiah in a long time, so I was not in tune with the differences as y'all are. I enjoyed this as a silly piece of media. The CG sucks. Even though it looks better at the beginning, it's just not great.
Yep.
Throughout the whole thing. I agree with what y'all are saying with a lot of stuff was left out. But I'm easy to please when it comes to media.
Were you able to follow the story?
Yeah, for the most part.
Like, that would be my concern if somebody was watching it without having read the books. Were you able to figure out, like, what each of the parties was trying to do? That led to me giving it a lower rating than you guys.
Trying to do, yes. Only because, and maybe just like I've been steeped in the context of the overall story for so long.
Yeah.
I can piece it together easier than someone coming in cold would. I had to look up characters because they didn't announce who the characters were on screen. So Lord knows someone who never read the books, they would be very lost here.
Right.
They would be incredibly lost with, like, maybe not so much Farak, but some of the other conspirators for sure. They'd just be like, "What is this fucking fish man?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and what is a face dancer? We've said all this, but but I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to watching parts 2 and 3 because it does get better.
I think, to answer your question though about being able to follow the story, I think Children is much harder to follow for people that don't know than Messiah is.
Yeah. Children is when it really starts to go off the rails and you can't really piece it together because it doesn't make enough sense for you to be able to logically piece it together.
Well, also with Irulan's complete 180 and treating Ganima and Leto like they're
her children.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm excited to talk about it, and I'm excited to talk about it with our guest for next month, returning friend of the show, Liz.
Oh, fun.
Yay.
This is news to me. Yay.
Yeah, she will be joining us, and she has assured me that she began her note-taking months ago for this. So we're gonna have a lot to talk about, I'm sure.
Oh, you're editing that one.
Yep, I am. So,
all right. Well, we will be back in a month or so. Yeah. So this will be hitting the podcast streams on
March 30th.
March 30th.
Yep. Sorry, April
What?
30th.
Oh God, I was like, we're going.
I was like, yeah, you're gonna wait a year for this. April 30th. Fuck, it's already almost May. Fuck.
So, yeah, that'll be April 30th for this one, and then we'll be back on end of May.
Yep.
Whatever that 31st.
Yep. That's how that works.
Yeah. How to remember? How to do the rhyme in my head.
To do the knuckle counting
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. In the meantime, you can find us online. We are on Blue Sky at duneminute.com, and you can email duneminute@gmail.com if you'd like to get in touch with us. We'll see you next month.
And thank you, Charlie, for being here. This
Yes,
has
thank
been
you so much.
For having me.
We can finally talk about Dune outside of this now.
What if I don't want to?
Okay, that's
she
fine.
got it all out now.
I got it
Done.
all out.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Bye.